Evening.
What is that?
What is what?
I dream a dream.
No. Is he saying anything?
No.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Motherfucker.
And there, far beyond the stars, the 7 gods of chaos waited and bid their time to return
We can hear you now.
and destroy our world.
Shut up. I mean, keep talking. Hi, Bones! Hi, Bones!
Evening, ladies.
Aw, he called us ladies.
Alright. What episode is this now?
35?
Is it? Oh, that's right, my scroll is fucking broken. Yes! Bones is the winner and being correct in choosing the number. He wins nothing! Yay!
As usual, victory is mine.
Episode 35, motherfuckers! Of the wonderfully named Super Happy Fun Jabatron Tea Party.
Indeed.
We're not even
Truly the
drinking
most-
tea.
Well, you're not, but I am, kind of.
Normally it's the other way around. I'm having some lovely ginger ale and Rib is pouring wine down her fish. Yes,
Oh, of
down
course,
her
because
fish.
he's a raging alcoholic.
I am not a raging alcoholic. I don't
Okay, just an
rage.
alcoholic.
Yes.
Oh, wait, no, she hasn't tried to quit, so she's just a drunk.
Internet dwellers, and welcome to episode 35 of the Super Happy Fun Jabatron Tea Party with Kiki, Bones, and Green. Enjoy.
Hello.
Hi.
Indeed.
Warning to the people who supposedly listen to us that this episode is going to be fucking full of Sailor Moon, probably.
Oh, yeah. Since, Bone / Cupcake / the Dark God of Fish has finally acquired Season 1.
Yay! Season 1.
In 2 days, we've watched, 12 episodes. No, 15.
Yep. Bones and I have been watching them together. We've watched a couple with us.
I have all of them memorized.
Yeah, I have them all. So. But this is sort of a new thing for Bones, who only kind of watched the dub when he was younger.
Alright, let's put it this way. I watched every episode of the dub when I was 10 years old. I have not watched it since. I cannot remember any of it. I remember the characters, but that's it. It's like if somebody asked me to recite, the general storyline of, DBZ, I couldn't even tell you other than, that the characters appear in a certain order. I didn't even know that on this. I finally, 6 episodes in, I asked Kiki, I'm like, when do they start meeting the Sailor Scouts? She's like, 2 episodes. I'm like, okay.
Of course, it doesn't help that she was cheating.
Well, I was checking where we were when we were watching before. I wasn't looking
It's a
forward.
cheat sheet. Because it tells you, we meet Mercury, meet Mars.
Yes. I was looking when we were because I was trying to figure out where we were. Because I also could not remember how long it took Lakota to show up. It's quite a few episodes.
Yeah.
She doesn't show up until 25, and then Sailor Venus isn't until 32 or 33.
Yeah, and then hers is kind of like a whirlwind because we meet her, and then it's the end of the season.
Well, no, that's the dub, because they cut some of her episodes. One of her episodes.
Yeah.
One.
But it's still really quick.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
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 No, it's super fast for what it is.
No, I'm a total cheater. I have all of the episodes, and I have certain ones marked as my favorites, and those are the only ones I watch over and over again.
I have on more than one occasion loaded it all up and hit shuffle.
Oh God. I could not do that.
Well, I have crackers somewhere.
There's certain things I have to watch in order.
It's like Murder, She Wrote for me now. Shuffle. As long as I can hear the audio, I don't even have to read the fucking subtitles. I know what's happening in the episode.
All I have to do is see the monster and go, oh yeah.
So how have you been liking the monster designs?
They're hilarious.
Let's tell everybody about the mannequin doll thing.
Oh God.
I was freaking out at that. I was like, oh God, that's pure nightmare fuel right there.
The dream princess from Dreamland.
Because, like, when you first meet her, she's just like a dream princess, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then when she starts to transform, I'm like, oh God, she's a fucking possessed doll. And then, like, the whole body changes, and then her head retracts, the body changes, and then it comes back out spinning, like how The Exorcist. Comes to a stop, the eyes are white, eyes roll forward. It's like, oh yeah, that's pure nightmare feel. And then it cuts to Tuxedo Mask throwing a rose at her from inside of, like, deep inside the castle, and I'm like, wait, how do you... I made a window, bitch, deal with it.
Yes. Magic entrance abilities and can jump for fucking days. Cannot fall for days, you'll learn that, but can jump for days.
Oh yeah. No, I am convinced that he secretly, like, has a jetpack under his cape, and that's why his cape is so long. And he just turns on the jetpack.
He's got an anti-gravity cloak, basically, because at the end of the airport episode where Jadeite basically gets tossed into the nether, he's floating.
Yeah.
He's floating. He jumps up and he floats. And he's just floating there. The girls are staring at him all starry-eyed. I'm like, okay.
I was so in love with him when I was in junior high.
Oh, I'm sorry, Darian.
Excuse me, but I did not have access to you or the internet at the time. Because my parents are, like, giant nerds, except for in the bad way. We did not have the internet in our house until I was in high school.
Well, we didn't meet until high school anyway. We went to two different junior highs.
So all I had was, USA played it? I think that's what channel I watched on. I used to run home after school on the days when it was going to air and sit there and watch it. And yeah, it was Darian and Serena.
Junior high might have been when Toonami started.
I watched it on one of the regular channels.
Well, it wasn't on Toonami until late in its run.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
That was damn near the end of Toonami, because I watched Toonami basically from, 99 until it went out of, until the afternoon, or Monday through Friday afternoon stuff went out in, 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're talking, late 90s. I watched it.
Yeah. You watched it when it was on, I think, USA in the morning.
Afternoon,
sorry.
I think I played in the morning, too. I remember being able to watch it when I was homesick.
Oh, yeah.
Because it used to be a thing. All the broadcast channels would have, network channels would have cartoons on in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then for some odd reason they played it in the afternoon, too, and it would, be the same episode.
Well, not every season in the morning, so...
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck that there's a cracker in my mouth.
I was going to say,
you want to stuff your mouth there, chipmunk?
I just remember one time I had detention, and I was, flipping out, because I was like, no, I have to, run home. And I got home right as the intro was playing. It was epic.
Oh, God.
Winning love by daylight.
Oh my God, Jupiter's...
always running for the fucking fight.
Wait, Jupiter was Lita in the English dub?
Yeah, she was Lita.
What was the other girl's name?
They just shortened it and made it Mina.
So being Minako was Mina?
Yeah.
Mina.
Wait, why wouldn't they just call her Mina in the How would that not be her nickname in Japanese?
In Japanese, it's not Mina-chan, actually.
No, it's not.
Mina means everybody as a word.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's probably why they didn't shorten it. But Makoto is Mako-chan, so.
Yeah. I still think it's weird that her name was Serena.
Well, they were playing off the Serenity thing.
Yeah. But where in the hell did they come up with Reenie?
I read somewhere that apparently that was once the nickname of Serena, Reenie. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it's basically saying.
Yeah. It's shortening of the name.
Whoa.
The bad guys still have the same names.
Some of them were pronounced / spelled differently, though.
Oh, and the one bad guy was a girl.
Well, yeah, Zoisite was changed into girl. Zoisite's not the only one who's had his gender change.
They did that a lot, actually.
I think one of the men of the, I want to say Fisheye, was changed into a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
to be fair, both
Matt.
of them are effeminate, but they're dudes.
Yeah, they're guys.
And then there's cousins.
Oh god, that still pisses me off.
Setsuna and
No,
Haruka?
Setsuna is Pluto.
Yeah.
Ichiru.
Mature.
What?
Mature.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard it pronounced that way.
At least I think that's it.
Michiru?
The only thing I ever call them is Neptune and Uranus.
Did I find a place where they say your fucking name?
I'm just gonna say their moon monkey then.
Because they don't have, like, audio files.
Could be Michiru. Damn it. I want the pronunciation, so I know how the hell they're actually saying it.
That is awesome. Michiru.
I don't think that's how they say it, though.
That's not going to say their names.
That's just a fucking A and B.
I should just take that and then you type into Google, how do you say?
I'm doing it right now. Pronunciation. Okay, let's hear this. Come on, bastard. They're going with Michiru. Michiru.
That's right, her name was Michelle.
Yeah. They got some weird English names.
What was the other girl's name?
Haruka? But I don't know what her dub.
Oh, it's Amara. Amara. I'm not even joking.
So they made her name still complicated.
Yeah.
In the
They could have made her Cindy or something, what they went with.
That's just weird.
Because Pluto ends up being Trista.
Yeah, Amara. Trista.
And they don't even bother with Hotaru. It's just Hotaru. Actually,
Yeah.
Tomo. Oh, wait, hang on a second here.
Tomo's her last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we bother to change her name?
I still say Hakura is not hard to pronounce.
Haruka?
Haruka.
Whatever.
Sexy Haruka.
You know what? It's
Oh, yeah.
Uranus.
Mm-hmm.
I like their Japanese names more than I like the English, honestly.
Their English ones were just easier to say. I remember sitting around going, oh my god, I love Darian so much.
Mamoru?
And I still have trouble saying his real name.
His last name was Shields.
Shield.
Darian Shields.
Well, we're talking about DQ here. They're not exactly, tastemakers.
I realize, like, Chiba has some sort of protective implications. I forget what it actually means, but still, literally Shields.
I'm okay with it.
Tami Mizuno, Mamoru Chiba, Usagi Tsukino. Tsukino. Because her mother has the tongue twister.
She's just Mama.
Yeah, we're just gonna call her Mama.
Earth Mama.
Earth Mama?
As opposed to Moon Mama.
She's the
Mama?
only one that,
Ikuku.
she's the only mom that we ever meet.
Out of the scouts? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Amy has a mom, but we never really see her. Ray's mom's dead. Makoto's parents are dead. Minako's parents are dead.
Hang on.
Or they think she's dead? I forget.
Okay, that's that guy.
And Mamoru's are dead.
Mamoru's died in that plane crash. She's the only one with a mommy. Mature comes from a wealthy family, but I don't think we ever see anybody. I don't remember anything about Haruka's parents. Satsuna is from the fucking time vortex, so she doesn't count.
Yeah.
Technically, we're always seeing Chibiu's mom, and Hotaru's mom's gone.
And as soon as you said Earth Mama,
did she die in the accident? Who? Hotaru's mom. The accident that led to,
yeah.
Did she die? Okay.
Yeah, her mom's been dead since she was really little.
Yeah, well, that's when the possession happened. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, no, as soon as you said Earth Mama.
You remember Moon Mama?
I totally, no, it is one of the movies.
Yeah. You
go, Moon Mama.
God.
But it's not like us making something up. She says that in Japanese, too.
Yeah.
Yes. But, it's still silly.
It's still silly.
She's a
but
child,
what else is Sailor Moon for?
Panty shot?
Panty shots. Or
that's why your father's
case,
never...
ass shot. Wow. I love Jupiter's transformation in Japanese because Americans are such prudes.
Well, yeah, especially in the transformation sequences, they kind of blurred things so that it was less outlined.
But you totally see Jupiter's ass.
Well, yeah, she's the one, out of the 5 of them, she's the one with the slamming bod, the most mature bod. She has the most talent.
I knew there was a reason why my guy, he's never watched Sailor Moon, not in its entirety or anything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
From looking over my shoulder and from looking things up and other things like that, he fell in love with Jupiter.
Well, I've noticed that especially for a lot of Western girls, Jupiter tends to be their favorite because she's the badass, but she's also the most domestic.
Yes.
And she made it for them to feel like it was okay to be both. You didn't have to be the...
She can beat your ass and bake a cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, oh, you're a tomboy, you don't bake her. Oh, you're a girl, you're not supposed to throw a punch. Fuck you, man.
She was the one that I related to the most.
Mm-hmm. And then Venus is the one that makes you go, your backstory is sad.
Yeah.
Why? Your backstory is sad.
What? Chibiusa?
No, Minako.
Oh, yeah.
Although in the dubbed version,
they really gloss over it.
Yeah, they kind of gloss over it. You kind of get this idea that Venus is like just this person that showed up and doesn't have a life or anything.
Because they cut out the episode, I think they added into the episode where she shows up, but she's like, oh yeah, I was there and I'm here. So, oh, I'm not the princess, by the way. So,
yeah. Oh, no. She says, I don't know, maybe we'll find out.
In the dub?
Yeah. When they ask her if she's the princess.
Oh my god.
She was, I don't know. I thought that was kind of silly, but, like, when you watch it for the first time, you're like, well, maybe it's something that's not, like, something that you just know. Because, I mean, come on. Usagi didn't know.
Well, yeah, because her memory's a lot.
Well, none of them had their memories until the princess showed up.
Venus and Artemis had more, though, because they woke up sooner.
But then they still didn't even know.
But,
that was kind of silly.
I read this, somebody wrote this thingy about when they grew up watching Sailor Moon, how a lot of people say, well, it's fucking obvious that she's the princess. It's like, well, yeah, you're looking with a bit of hindsight, though. When you're a kid, to them, for us Westerners, the princess is not normally the main character.
Yeah.
She's normally a side character, so clearly Sailor Moon is just the...
Well, that's Adventure Time.
Well, that's newer stuff. We're talking about older 90s stuff.
Unless you're Legend of Zelda.
She's still a side character.
Or Voltron.
Side character.
No?
Well, she's
the princess? In Voltron? Are you fucking kidding me?
She's in the group. I would not fucking call her the lead.
She's one of the 2 lead characters. Her and the red tiger.
Yeah, she's not the lead by herself, though. And I would still call her more of a side character, but that was me personally.
Well, see, when I was watching
characters. It's her and the guy that that pilot's the red one. I don't know what the hell. I haven't watched it in forever. I don't
know his name.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
It's one of those shows where they have robots that become bigger.
You gotta remember, cartoons aren't for girls. They might
It was like the Power Rangers, but not the Power Rangers. I don't think you would have watched it. So.
It's a Super Sentai show, so
yeah, but in a lot of older Western produced media, even if the princess was part of the group, she was, and maybe the plot centered around her, she was not the lead though. It was the hero that was the lead.
Because as I recorded 5 seconds ago, cartoons are not for girls.
Oh my god.
Well, it's true.
You're watching Sailor Moon.
Well, yeah, he's watching. It's an import, though. We're talking about Western media.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many cartoons in the late 80s and early 90s were that had a strong female lead were produced? Can you name any off the top of your head?
Strawberry Shortcake.
It's not a strong female lead.
Rainbow Bright.
We're talking about, and no, I would not say that's a strong female lead.
She saves the entire, planet.
With colors, and in the first episode, and most of her origin, she does almost nothing. The horse does most of it. Until she gets her star powers, or rainbow powers, mixing
whatever.
And even then, she still needs help from other things, aggressively so.
You know what?
And then
Don't destroy my child.
And then in the movie, they gave her a dude.
Yes.
To do most.
Every girl needs a man to protect her.
We are talking about the 80s.
I really love the hell out of Rainbow Bright, but I would not call it strong female character.
Rainbow Bright is awesome. I saw the picture of me from when I was really little, and it was my birthday, and my mom made a Rainbow Bright cake. Mm-hmm. It was great.
I mean, legitimately, gender equality in children's entertainment is, and basically treating female characters as anything other than a love interest or a marketing tool is a new thing, which has really also been pushed along by the lady that is married. She did Powerpuff Girls. She's married to Craig McCracken. I can't think of her name now, and I feel really bad.
I always forget her name.
Laura Faust.
There we go.
Her and her husband and one of their friends is the power trio of modern cartoons. They came up with everything that was on Cartoon Network, and she's a big proponent of it's the same line that every good author gives when they do it's the joke that they did with was it R.R. Martin? It said, you write really, really human, really nuanced female characters, and how did you learn to write women? And he goes, well, I've always believed that you should treat women like human beings. And that was what I was talking to Kiki about earlier, was I was saying, the way they wrote Sailor Moon in English when they dubbed it is not anything, to my recollection, to how she's written in Japanese.
She has very little in any sort of character development, and they really dumbed down all of her lines.
In English, she was basically a Barbie proxy. Mm-hmm. In the Japanese, she is not at all. She's like a proto-otaku. She likes reading comic books and playing video games. She's a bad student. She overeats. She's a coward. I mean, she's whiny. She's indecisive.
You do the flip side. And the flip side of the whole thing is that she is 100% loyal. She does everything with her whole heart.
When she finally does it. But yeah,
my point is, she has many bad qualities which makes her human and makes her interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds crazy, but you want people to be flawed. If characters aren't flawed, they're not fun to watch. They're not fun to learn about.
And the beauty of the show is that even though she keeps a lot of those characteristics always and forever, like her terrible handwriting.
Yeah. She never learns kanji.
Yeah, she still uses them.
It's 10,000 years later, she sends a note back that's written in katakana. It's like...
It's only like 1,000 years.
No, sorry, 1,000 years later.
Yeah. But
My point is, she's had basically... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
She's had basically an eternity to learn handwriting, and she's still writing it like an elementary school student. She writes in hiragana and in some katakana, no kanji, to her daughter, who is, theoretically, emotionally, mentally like a 10-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Which works fine, but it's like, wow.
They're very similar.
Never learned English.
But her daughter's also had, like, constant tutoring and is 900 some odd years old.
My point is, after a certain amount of time, you would believe you would pick this shit up. Like,
well, especially when she comes to Scout, you could argue she's busy. And then she's queen, so she's really busy. But also because she just has different priorities. As long as you understand her, that's really all she cares about.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm just being a smartass.
Mm-hmm. And, like I was going to say, one of the beautiful things of the show is that she does gain, well, not gain, because she already had them, but they're more pronounced qualities of someone who is heroic and whatnot, but at the same time, she will never be the soldier. She doesn't want to be a soldier.
Yeah. The whole idea is that the Sailor Scouts are good for each other. They balance out all of their flaws by being around each other. And they're human. They don't always get along. It's not always buddy-buddy.
Oh God, the fights that ensue.
Yeah.
And she doesn't just fight with Ray.
There will be others.
But they fight with each other. They all have their moments.
Yeah. And when they all gang up on her because she's like the weak link, and they're all like, well, we would all make better leaders than you, so why are you our leader?
That's
because I'm the prince.
That's more in the dub, but yeah. The dub really played that up harder than it does in the...
At the end of the season, yeah.
Yeah,
they played it up really hard.
Which I always hated, because it made them look like less of a unit. Because really, they are new to each other, but they're not that terrible to one another. Well, compared to they were. Yeah, but even by the time that was happening, it was more of a loving thing.
Although there was this whole song that came out of it that you can get on Luna Rock.
Yeah.
That is pretty much her and Ray going back and forth. I'm better than you because of this. Or, no, I'm better than you because of this. It's actually a really pretty good song.
It's a rip off of anything you can do, I can do better.
They're like the sisters each other never had.
Yeah.
I actually like that.
I mean, it was like I started watching, like I said, the new Eureka 7. There's a lot of philosophy in these both series apparently, and the big one this time is, why do we send the young to fight? Because the wise are too old, too apathetic, and too tired to do it. They send the young in their place, who are too stupid to know any better.
Pretty much, yeah.
Are you 18? Go fight in my war.
Well, it's worse than that.
Maybe.
In the case of this show's reality, the only people who can pilot the giant fighting mechs are 12-year-olds. I'm not even joking. The main character is 12 fucking years old. And I didn't believe it at first when they said that. I'm like, wait a minute. You're sending a 12-year-old into combat.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's scary.
What? Like, how... A 12-year-old does not have the mental fortitude or capabilities to handle combat. How the hell does that work? Like, I get it's fantasy. Like, I'm not arguing that it doesn't work in that reality, but if you were to construct that scenario in the real world, that gives you some pretty fucked up human beings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you hear about, like, third world countries, child soldiers and shit, but it's like, legitimately, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to send adults to combat. As we've seen multiple times over and over again, war is not a good thing. You want to avoid it.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say it's a thing that can't ever happen.
I'm not suggesting it shouldn't happen. I'm just suggesting that
we should be using it a lot less.
Yeah. And then even in Sailor Moon, I mean, how old is Chibiusa?
Mentally?
First time?
Mentally, I think she's like 7. But she's still 900 and something, but yeah.
Yeah, but mentally she is 7 years old.
That's
mentally and physically.
That's one of the problems with her. Like, she has all this great knowledge, but she still has the mentality of a child. She still can't not
And she
wet
still
the bed
suits
and
up
stuff
with everybody else.
Well, okay, when
And
she
fights
comes back, when she
monsters.
suits up, she's like 10, 11, maybe 12. She's there for a while. I think she has a birthday.
Yeah, but she's not that old when she comes back.
I think her final age is like between 10 to 12.
I think she's 12 when she comes back in Stars.
She's on the edge of adolescence when she comes back, or when the final stuff goes down.
When she comes back to tell Usagi that the future's disappearing, I think she's like 12.
Yeah, but again, that is like the one season that I didn't actually watch.
That's like the big Usagi absolution moment of, I've been fighting all this time, but I'm fucking tired of fighting. Everyone's gonna live this time.
And instead, everybody dies.
She brings them back to life. It's cool.
It still counts. They
Well,
still all
like
die.
the last 5 episodes is everybody telling her to, be this soldier thing, and in the end it's like, I fixed everything by not being a soldier. Because you're all asking me to be something I can't be. I want everybody to get along. No, it's not that she can't fight. It's not that she can't be the defender. She does not want to be the soldier. She does not care for a soldier's honor.
Yeah, she just has too big of a heart. She just wants everyone to be happy and care about everybody. She's like a giant heart person.
One of the reasons why they all really get along with her, because she's not their dictator. She is their friend.
And she would rather walk through the fire than send any number of her friends to do it.
That's one of the reasons that it finally clicks for Uranus and Neptune that she is their messiah that they've been looking for all this time. She's, even though the problem is technically fixed because so many are going to die, she's not done fighting.
Yeah, that's the big thing I love about Sailor Moon.
We're not intending to be spoilerific here, but sometimes it's hard to talk about things without mentioning things that happen.
Well, I mean, I have a general consensus of, or a general idea of what ends up happening. I'm trying to avoid having, the events that lead up to the big scenarios spoiled.
S is still one of my favorite seasons.
I mean, it's kind of like Dragon Ball Z. I don't remember, the in-between stuff, but I remember, Raditz comes, Vegeta and, what's his face, I can't think of his name. What now?
Baldy?
Yeah, I can't think of his name. Raditz?
Is he Raditz, or is the hairy guy Raditz?
Raditz is the first guy. It's Goku's older brother. Yeah. And then when he dies, that causes Vegeta and... Oh, God.
What the fuck is his name?
Hey, Vegeta, it's a Pokemon. I'm gonna catch it. I'm Chaozu. You hear that, Vegeta? It's a Chaozu.
Part 1 completed. Part 2 now loading. Welcome to Part 2.
But I don't want to look it up.
Just look it up already.
I got it.
Keyboard's way over there.
The keyboard is not way over there. It's right in front of you.
By the way, if you have to use my computer, my scroll is broken. So you have to click. I won't do it in here. Well, you have to. I gotta go to
that
Price.
is awesome. You can't tell it's recording.
It's right here. See how the file says?
Napa. After that, they go to...
He's named after wine country?
NAPPA, yes.
Oh, I like him already.
I want to go on one of those morning to some train rides.
Oh, please.
Napa is fucking pretty, but I don't want to actually walk around in it because my hay fever would kill me.
We should do it for one of our anniversaries.
Good God.
What? We've been friends for almost 13 years. Ooh, for our 15 year.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, God. I'm going to be old.
You're not gonna be old.
Old like
Do you
dirt.
realize how old I will be?
I don't think I want to.
For our 15-year anniversary, you'll be in your 30s.
I will be 31.
Oh no!
And you'll
That's
be
gotta be
30.
Such a senior citizen you are.
I already feel like a senior citizen.
Mom's so excited about being a senior because she wants to order off the senior menu at Denny's.
I remember my dad being happy about that.
So, by the way, we're going to Denny's for her birthday.
Oh, okay, cool. That's fun. I haven't decided what I want to do for my birthday this year.
You want a princess theme, but with the black stuff to make fun of you?
That would actually be pretty cool.
And booze.
And booze everywhere.
We're getting some
Always
cheapo
booze.
to
Booze to the ends of the earth.
but paying black ribbons like
Yes! And we should have Bones on video chat so that you join. I'll wear something skimpy, okay?
Actually, technically, even though we're recording, I think we could be on video chat right now.
Yeah, you could.
All it does is pull the audio.
I want lots and lots of wine.
Okay. I will buy you lots of wine for your birthday. I will have my second check by then, so I can...
Sweet red and blackberry arbor mist.
Okay.
Oh, God. Why don't you just get some Mad Dog 50/50?
Because we're not children anymore.
Yeah, I drank that when I was like 14.
Christ.
And isn't it 2020?
I have no idea. I don't drink, okay?
Yes, it's 2020.
It is 2020. It's MD 2020.
We got, especially me, we got our party years over early. So
Oh, yeah.
drinking now is more of a light social event / it sounds nice.
It's a daily event for me. I have a jug of smeared off vodka in my freezer. And I have numerous things that I can mix it with in my refrigerator. Like every day I was doing like vodka and lemonade, vodka and cranberry juice. Oh, I need to get orange juice so I can have screwdrivers.
Okay. I want a nice sidecar. Yeah, sure.
What's in a sidecar?
Brandy, orange liqueur, other stuff.
Huh. You're weird. I'll get you the name of the wine people for the sweet red. Because if you get me the wrong one, I'll cry.
You showed me it once, and I knew what it was, and I said, yeah, they're a good cheap wine. And I thought it was
Because they're hella freaking cheap.
Is it something leaf, something tree?
It's something leaf.
Something leaf?
I'm pretty sure. I have like 5 bottles upstairs.
When we go to Food for Less, probably tomorrow, I am so picking myself up some brandy.
I think it's cheaper where I work.
Do you have my brand?
I'll text you.
Okay.
Hi, Bones. We didn't forget you were there.
Did Bones
Is
bring
he still there?
Bones, come back to us. We have crackers.
We should send him a party hat.
You want to send a party hat to Minnesota?
Sure.
Okay.
That way when we video chat for my birthday, he can have a hat.
Okay.
But
No, because I feel very nice right now. I only took one, so it's not all the pain, even though 2 is not all the pain, but it's a nice cut off the edge. I did too much walking today.
we should find out when his birthday is.
Bones. Communicate at us. I hear you. I think you're eating. I heard mouth noises anyway.
Maybe he can't hear us.
He hasn't said anything for a while. Bones! Stop being mean to us! I hear him typing. That was such a good game.
Huh?
Bones!
What is he doing?
You were there.
Kiki licked me.
You put your forehead near my mouth.
Oh, come on, he's gotta say something to that.
I don't know, I like you a lot.
Yeah.
And
I think Bones has abandoned us. What is he doing? No.
Bonjour.
Type. What is that about?
I'm vaguely referencing Futurama and the fact that I'm in a time zone that's behind him.
I feel like we lost him.
Bones.
This is starting to worry me.
Okay. I said okay.
Because you're not worried.
I don't know, we didn't hear like an explosion or something. Explosion would have been weird. So.
Someone could have come up behind him and slit his throat, and what we're hearing is them getting on his computer looking for information.
On what?
I have no idea.
Dude.
Greetings from the world of tomorrow! Sorry, I was waiting for that.
He's been ignoring us for like 10 minutes, and that's what he decides to say hi with.
I found it fun.
I was waiting for it to flip over on my clock. After you wrote the not the world of tomorrow, you made me think about it. It's like, if I could just hold out for 5 more minutes.
Oh, you suck.
So anyway, back to anime, I guess.
Yeah.
16 anime. Relinked the picture of the box set so I can show her.
Oh, certainly. I gotta remember where the hell I put that.
Because that's something I've always wanted, is box set.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, actually.
I wish I still had my posters. I miss those things.
They have new ones out for the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
That's the same images.
But it's not the same.
Got some shirts I want the figurines. And Bones is right, I would totally put them in sex division. I'd probably get bored of that like after a day.
What now? Oh, the postable?
Yeah.
I want shirts.
They have shirts. Bandai's selling quite a lot of merchandise right now.
They have shirts big enough for me.
Yes. Yes. Because I was looking up shirts for me. Although there are some great fan shirts out there. I mean, technically they're not supposed to be selling them because they don't own the product, but still. Awesome. They're their own artwork, so.
Okay. That took me forever to get that thing to let me log in.
I want to make you a fish hat.
Could you knit him a fish hat?
I don't know about knit.
Crochet.
Whatever but I could probably sew it.
Most of them are just made out of polar fleece.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. When you first showed it to me, I was sitting here like, that's the disguise pin pose.
It is.
But she's in her sailor uniform. It's actually quite a nice effect because it's her jumping forward, so. And it's shiny.
I like that. I am so jealous of you right now.
What sort of pictures do the DVDs have on them? On the covers?
It's just pictures of her.
Oh, okay.
This is the only. What's really interesting is these only come in Japanese. There's no English on them because it's like all the stuff they didn't cut is included.
Yeah.
So, like, there's another set that's the English dub apparently, which I'm not going to bother buying because I don't care enough. But it's interesting that they exist as 2 separate entities now.
Yeah. Hang on. I need to. There's no air balloon, so I can't see after.
I want to make you a fish hat. No?
I don't care. It's all good.
Yay! I like making things for people.
You like what?
Making things for people. I could use beads and make the eyes kind of shiny.
Dude, we should buy food from the eyes.
Well, now I want to make 2 hats.
No. This noise is just me opening it. I mean, fighting off ninjas!
Yeah, no. You totally moved the TV.
That's fine, it gets moved all the time. I would put it back on the lazy Susan, but we're trying to cat and knock it off. Okay. Screens!
You're back?
No, I'm forward.
Oh, good to know.
Should I turn around? I'm adorable, thing.
He didn't want to talk to me.
I heard him say something, because I can only hear his half of the conversation if I'm not in the room. Well, what did you try to discuss?
Making him a hat.
That's not really a discussion, Bob. That's just you telling someone you're going to make something.
What colors should I make it?
Whatever.
Well, what are you making?
I want to make him a fish hat.
Oh, it's got to be count.
We could do both. One of them with googly eyes and one of them with shiny eyes. I need you to measure your head.
No.
What?
I might even have to remeasure myself. I gotta order some new bras.
Okay. Make sure he measures his head.
I will probably not remember. I'm sorry.
I probably won't remember either.
Okay.
I need to
Which
write
is
it
fine.
down.
Mm-hmm. So, going back to, I guess, we were discussing their outfits while we were watching the show and how, even though they're not terribly dated, they are, especially for an older show, when they're not wearing their uniforms or anything like that, quite a bit of variety.
Yeah. They have something new every time, basically.
You will see a couple, occasionally here and there, and then somewhere you go, well, why don't you wear that? Like, why the hell does she put bows in her hair, but not undo her hair to go to sleep?
That's one that blows my mind is, I would assume with hair as long as hers that she would, tie it up at night when she goes to bed because I think it'd get in the way.
You rarely see her with her hair completely down.
Well, there is that one episode.
There's the one in the salon, there's the movie, there's, it doesn't count when she's in the Disguise Pen because that's never her haircut.
Yeah.
Although those are some cute ones. Go. Can you go let douchebag in? Thank you. Come here, douchebag. Come on. Come on.
Yes, you're so awesome.
Anyway, as we were saying, I still love her hair from the Jazz episode.
She's got the macaw hair.
Yeah, the green with the slight bit of red in the top, and the outfit that was probably the reason they did not dump the episode. She also does get into a car with a stranger, and all those other wonderful things.
Yeah.
So, I
think they should have kept on using the Disguise Pen.
it does kind of fall out, but frankly, it becomes less of a necessity, really.
Well, because I guess at one point they decide, well, if we change beforehand, we don't have to sneak in anywhere.
Yes. Well, that and the concept of the Sailor Scouts becomes more of a thing everybody knows. So, not their identities, but that those things exist. So.
Well, not to mention as you have more and more scouts, they get to the point where it's it doesn't make sense to have it for just Sailor Moon to disguise herself. They just all change into their sailor uniforms and then head in.
In the manga, Venus had her own disguise pen too.
Well,
actually fair. They used the disguise pen on Venus once. In a way later. Which will be a funny episode.
Oh, that'll be hilarious. I want to be present when he watches that.
Well, it's going to be a while because we have to finish this. Then he has to consider whether or not to buy our Then we have to watch R. Then consider whether or not to buy S, and then watch it. Uh-oh.
There we go. Am I losing sound, or is that just doing that on purpose?
Saying what? Is there going to be a meltdown at the power plant? What's going on? Bones?
That was weird.
Can you hear?
Come on.
Seem to be experiencing technical difficulty. Please hold.
Sounds like he's having a fight with a piece of machinery.
Isn't that what computer usage is? I have to reinstall Windows on Mom's computer tomorrow. I meant to do it today, but they got away from me.
Hang on 1 second. Shit. Always a good sign. Gonk, gonk. Son of a bitch.
I'm exposed to this. There's a nerve here. They're like, fuck. I wonder what made them choose to not use the English word for some of the attacks.
Come on, get in there. There we go.
What? For for Sailor Moon, some of the scouts don't say. Normally their attacks are in English, but sometimes a word won't be. Like Mercury's first attack is Shabam spray.
Shabam spray?
Shaban instead of bubble.
Oh. Yeah, so I had my wireless headphones just died.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's alright. I wasn't sure how long they were going to last.
Venus's last attack, Levantasis Om, or I'm saying it wrong, but she doesn't fully say it in English. I'm sure there's more. But I just wonder why.
Because
weird.
they can.
Yeah.
That's why.
Just like, why did the dub version take off makeup on the transformations?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait like a couple months, but I'll keep my eyes open and see if I can get a good deal on R.
Is R the shortest of the seasons?
I think R goes through episode 80 something, 82, 89.
Let's see.
So if there are 46 episodes,
R has 43, S has 38, Super S has 39. Okay, they do get significantly less. Well, I guess there's a lot less filler episodes too. Yeah, 34 is stars. Okay. And it's really up to you whether or not you want to get the movies too, because they're not, while they're enjoyable, they're not like canon.
they're not necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the fact that I think the R movie is where you find out that Usagi and Mamora met as children.
Yes, which they will never reference again because they never reference the movies.
Yeah.
Because they're sort of not canon. Very sweet, though.
It is very sweet.
I do love the Super S movie, so... I don't even know if you can get the shorts on any DVD sets.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, I know they're on YouTube, but...
Which one's the S movie?
The one with the fairies? The Super S or the S?
I don't know, whichever one you said you love.
The Super S.
Which one's the Super S? The Black Dream Hole?
Yeah, the one with the fairies.
Yeah.
The S movie's with the Ice Queen, where Luna becomes the moon person. The goddess that guy kept referencing temporarily, anyway. And then there's the R movie with the flowers.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's a good one, too.
I especially love it in English just because of the song that's playing while they're trying to stop the meteorite from hitting the planet.
But my favorite special is Amy's First Love. That is so fucking cute.
I never watched any of the specials.
If you were, well, I have them if you want to watch another one.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow process, that's for sure. I'm not in a hurry to buy the next one after we get this one done, but it's...
I'm not trying to imply you should be. I was just wondering what was available.
They're all readily available for around $200 a piece. It's just a matter of spending the money.
$200 a piece?
Well, it's not like somebody has this easily on their shelf.
That'd be really cool.
That'll probably be me in about 1.5 to 2 years. She'll just be sitting on my shelf.
Mm-hmm. All sexy like. All pretty. Ooh. They're gonna make another Nazca movie.
Yes.
And this time I actually know what you're talking about.
Were you not? When did I last sing something you didn't know I was talking about?
Nazca, the Valley of the Wind.
At some point, I'm sure.
So, yeah, anyway. So there's, 3 in that franchise? Because there's a short that's a prequel? Did that ever get made?
I don't know.
It was a live-action thing. It was supposed to be like when the things destroyed the world.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. It was supposed to be like a short.
No, I never saw that.
Mm. There's gonna be another Nausicaa. There's gonna be another Porco Rosso, last I heard. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was great, because I love that movie.
And these are all Studio Ghibli, right?
Yeah.
Yay.
They're not all Miyazaki, but from Studio Ghibli.
Oh my god, it's the Miyazaki.
Well, the guy who's been wanting to do Nausicaa finally got the go-ahead from Miyazaki for whatever reason. Do you know when Up on Poppy Hill's going to be out on DVD?
Next month. September.
Sweet. Finally be able to see it.
I want to see the movie Epic.
That's out on DVD.
And, yeah, I know we have a display.
I know, I walked past it.
I'm interested in this new movie that's coming out, The Wind Also Rises.
Yeah.
It's about the guy that developed the Zero.
It's the next Ghibli film. It's about, you saw the trailer.
Oh, the airplane.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a trailer with subs out now too, I think. I'll find it.
Yeah, it was really weird because Poppy Hill was his son. It was Studio Ghibli, but it was his son's. And it was actually a good movie, but it was like, it was dubbed by, like, it actually ended up being financed and dubbed by Disney, but it was done in like a roundabout way that it wasn't obvious that it was them.
Mm-hmm.
Went through like some like G Kids dubbing or something. It was like, what? Who the hell is that? And then like I started tracing the company lineage, and I'm like, oh, it's a subsidiary of Disney. The hell? Like, why Disney didn't just say we're gonna dub it, whatever? Like, they played this whole game where they made it really obscure that they were backing it.
Speaking of princesses, remember those storyboards I showed you? I'm being too vague, aren't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, my brain hasn't worked right all day. Hi, Trooper. Follow a wide variety of artists, but a lot of them at one point or another have worked for Disney, and one of them was put up because the project had been canceled for quite a while, so she could put them up. She did these storyboards for a project that the 2D animation department was working on, which was essentially a adventure series starring pretty much any and all Disney female characters and them interacting with each other, having adventures, but it got canned because they canned the 2D department.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about those.
I remember seeing the storyboards, and they looked so like it could have been great.
Yeah, is it back on?
No.
Oh.
It just reminded me because we were talking about princesses earlier. And
I really want to see that.
It's probably never going to happen. And I don't have accesses to alternative universes where it did.
Damn. That sucks.
Even if I had a TARDIS, you're not supposed to go through alternative universes anymore. Or there's no one to watch over the breaks. You know, because most of them are time locked. So. will talk about Doctor Who as much as I like, Trooper.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. That's what I think of.
Which we still have to catch you up on before the 50th anniversary.
Everyone's been talking about that, all my circle of friends. I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Well, it's okay, you don't watch it.
I don't watch any British television, and I barely watch any American.
Mm-hmm. You're a horrible person. You are a terrible human being.
What, me?
Speaking of British things, I really want to see The World's End.
Oh.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually out today. I completely forgot I was going to go see it. Yeah, well, whatever.
Of course, I butchered it. I want to see it. It's actually playing in town. Cool. Or we can go to Davis to see it.
That's the question you're going to have to ask yourself.
Well, it would be cheaper in town. Much cheaper.
I don't want to go to yuppie hell.
You must go to yuppie hell and bring back the 7 orbs of chaos.
They don't have chaos in yuppie hell.
No, you go to Trader Joe's.
The only good thing about that place is pizza.
Wow, they found a hallucinogenic plant that may potentially end heroin addiction with a single shot.
Dude.
That's kind of cool.
I'm addicted to heroin. No, you're not.
Well, it would have ramifications for all opiate substance abuse. Heroin's just the most addictive. Well, yeah, actually, it really is.
This is the end of part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. This is part 3.
I also want to see the,
City Bones?
yeah. Every time I see that word, I want to say moral, not mortal.
Your brain wants to drop the T?
And I need to see Despicable too.
Is it on DVD? Because I don't think it's in theaters.
No, it's in that 6-month space where it's not doing anything.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait.
I've basically given up trying to watch movies in the theaters because, like, I have none of my friends want to go, or they go without telling me, and then they're like, that movie was really good, and I'm like, I was free that night, why didn't you call me? Oh, yeah, I didn't. Okay, fine.
You don't get out to the theaters all that often. I keep saying, oh, I want to go see this, and then we don't, and then I'm like, well, then I'll just see it when it's not on DVD.
Yeah.
There was only that one series that we made sure that we went every single time and saw the movie in the theater.
Are we talking about Harry Potter?
Yes.
Okay.
Because starting from the very first movie in high school,
Oh, we have the second Star Trek.
all the way to part 2 of number 7, it was always at least the 4 of us.
There was a couple we missed together when we were living in Chico.
Yeah, but you guys went and saw them and we went and saw them. So technically we still
Well,
all
they
went
kept
and saw
coming
them
out
in
around
theater.
often, and like, I think one of them came out around my birthday once. So that was my surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was pretty awesome.
But technically we did all see them, just not all of them together, just a majority of them together. But we never really went and saw them with anybody else. I think the ones that we missed watching with you guys, we just went and saw the 2 of us.
Oh, I want to see The World's End. At the same time, I don't want to sit in a theater. I hate the Cinemark seats. And it's not because I don't fit in them. I fit in them fine. Well, my husband and yours don't particularly care for them, but no, they have not, like, changed those seats in years, so they have no cushion left. And I cannot sit in that for 2 hours, so we might not commit to seeing this until it comes out on DVD.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go to Davis for possibly better seats, but more expensive tickets.
Yeah. We'll just wait for it to come out on DVD, and then we'll all sit in here and watch it.
We have made a decision.
Good.
He really doesn't care.
What am I supposed to care about?
I don't know.
Well, that's good. I'm glad we're all in this conversation together.
The Spanish Inquisition?
Here I was when you guys were talking about movies. You're talking about freaking Renaissance religious movements. My God, where have I been? No, that's right. Lost in my own mind.
You had a mind?
Yes.
When did that happen?
Right about the time you lost your marbles.
I know exactly where my marbles are. I just don't have them with me.
Not gonna do that party trick?
I don't think I ever owned marbles.
Party trick? What is he talking?
Anyway, moving right along.
There's a party trick with marbles?
Didn't you get some other new anime?
Me?
Or was it? Yeah.
Yes.
What else did you get?
The shipment included Sailor Moon Season 1, Eureka 7 Astral Ocean Part 1, I Don't Have Very Many Friends, which is also known as Hakanai, Guilty Crown, and Roberta's Bloody Trail of Tears, I think that's what it's called. I haven't opened that one yet. It came in a separate thing. Then I just recently got Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood Part 1 and Ikitosen.
That is a big shipment.
What's Ikitosen?
I'm not even sure. I bought it on a whim for like $20. I know it's the whole box set, so it ought to be good.
Is it Battle Vixens?
I have no idea. It's literally called Ikitosen. Hang on, gotta find it.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I turned it over too fast. What the hell are you eating?
Wrappers.
Okay.
And salami. And cheese.
Okay. IKKI space TOUSEN. Shit.
Yeah, it's called Battle Vixens.
Okay then. Shit. I gotta take these out because they're not wireless. Be right back.
Alright.
Fucking shit all over the place.
Those are some boob missiles. Those are. And Tushies. Let's see. Towson. The series revolves around an all-out turf war in the Kanto region of Japan with fighters known as Toshin, meaning fighting soldiers, from 7 schools battle for supremacy. Oh! It's one of those fight school things.
20 volumes, wow. There's a game.
Well, it's about fighting, so you can easily make it into a fighting game. Apparently a radio show, too. Oh, there's 3 games.
Where the hell did my mouse go?
I ate it.
My cat ate it.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I don't think he could do it.
Well, no, he has to use wired headphones in, so. That's kind of cute.
Alright. What'd I miss?
We were reading what Iggy Towson was.
Does it sound interesting, or did I buy a stinker?
They have boobies. No.
So not a stinker, okay.
It's one of those, these different schools are fighting for arbitrary reason X. It's a turf war thing.
Oh, okay.
Battle Royale? Battle Royale is not so much a turf war as much as a survival one. I need to finally sit down and watch the Hunger Games. I'm so behind in those movies.
You've seen the Hunger Games.
You never got around to watching it.
You mean the new one that just came out?
No, the first one.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
How have you not seen it?
I haven't gotten to it. I still haven't seen Iron Man 2.
Even I've seen Iron Man
Yeah, see?
2. Wow, you haven't seen these. And I read all 3 books.
I have them sitting to be read. Actually, I might read that next. I finished, Let's Discuss Diabetes and Howls. That was pretty good. And obviously, The Fault in Our Stars made me cry.
Something made you cry?
Not like gushers, but it's a mixture of these characters are based on actual people, and it's a very much gouge your heart out story, because it's romance between 2 kids with fucking cancer.
Jesus.
It's being made into a movie, by the way.
Awesome. Well, I read a manga where a girl falls in love with this boy, and she was at the hospital every day because her dad's a doctor, and her dad kept on telling her not to get close to this little boy. He has a heart condition. Well, they grow up, and they finally go, hey, sorry, we're in love with each other? And oh my god, it freaking ends. Because that's all that was scanned, because I read everything online. That's all that was scanned was up until the day before he has this really risky heart surgery to fix the problem. So they get married. Now we're married. I'm gonna go through the surgery. Black screen. What the hell, dude? I want to know if he lived. He probably died. And I want to know what the hell is that shit that you gave me to watch.
I gave you a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be more specific.
First, there's the God Girl.
The God Girl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is not specific enough.
The girl that wakes up and,
The Angels?
No, you need to.
That show is awesome. Kamichu?
Kamichu!
Oh yeah, that's a good show.
That show is awesome.
I know,
It's
I watched
hilarious.
the whole thing and I absolutely, totally loved it. Of course, it took me a few episodes to get into.
Yeah. You're
And
really
then-
confused at first, but when you start to understand what's going on, it's like, oh my god, this is hilarious.
Okay, and then you gave me this one. I can't pronounce that.
I didn't know Aria.
Yeah.
Aria?
I've never heard of that one.
What the fuck's that about?
Stuff, apparently.
Kids go to school to pretty much be assassins and hitmen and
Yeah.
bodyguards and all this other kind of shit. It's like a fucking high school. It's our
Well, yeah,
it's mandatory to carry weapons.
Yeah, it's Aria the Scarlet Ammo is the English stuff.
Oh, yeah. They're trained to be like world-class detectives and shit.
The only reason I originally got it...
Well, yeah, the girl, Aria, is the granddaughter of Sherlock Holmes.
Well, yeah, but they're not being trained or anything to be detectives. They're being trained to be,
Their final goal is to be the best private investigators for contract in the world.
The only reason I got the show is because I saw images and went, those are cute girls with guns. I must have.
That show is a mind fuck.
It was pretty good, except for when you gave it to me, it said complete. But the last episode, it's not complete.
No, they thought they were going to get a second season. They didn't.
Yeah. Complete as in that's all there is.
They left it open, but it's what happened with,
I have to read
you watch a certain magical index without knowing that there are other later seasons out. It just stops, like, dunk, right in the middle of a story, and you're like, huh? What? And it's like, and then if you get it, if you had watched it like far enough in the future where they've made it, and there's then a little like trailer at the end that's like, check us later with a certain scientific rail gun. It's like, huh? Okay. And you get to the end of that, and it's like, check back with a certain magical index, part 2, or some shit. And I'm like, what? Fuck this. this shit?
Because there's two different series that exist in the same universe and kind of...
They're told from the science and magic perspective in a world.
Different sides.
Yeah.
It's a neat concept, but I don't know if I care enough.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
I liked it. I had the first season of each one, and I'm waiting for Funimation to license the other 2 seasons.
Or...
So I liked those two.
Okay. What didn't you like?
Well, I can't dislike Saikano, because I read the entire manga series.
That's why I gave it to you.
Several times. I've seen the anime.
I kind of want to watch that, but I haven't found a time to go ahead and buy it.
Being a slight purist, which I'm not quite sure if I can say it that way. Like, I'm not 100% of a purist, but I'm, whatever. Read the manga.
I'm not a manga guy.
I don't care.
Don't ever suggest I should read the manga, because I'm not going to. I don't.
You suck. Fine, watch the show. It does go from the beginning to end. They didn't butcher it that badly. Okay, it still gets the point across.
Remember, when you change mediums, things are going to change, and sometimes they should change.
Not with Saikano.
I don't.
See? So it's 2 against 1. Get the hell out.
Aww. He's trying to kick me off. No, you gave me,
I've been Renme.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched that. Or what's the other one that, what Bear was watching?
A Serial Experiments Lane.
Yeah, they're spiritual. One of them's a spiritual successor to the other, and it's like...
Huh?
No, they're not so much spiritual successors as...
Well, they're done by the same director, I think.
In the sense that they're the same person who made them.
Oh.
The same person made the...
They're both playing off the same tropes, because the director's a jerk ass.
They're mind fucks.
And the Serial Experiments Lane, I watched it once, from beginning to end, the entire series. I have not been able to go back and watch it again.
It's not for everyone. It's one of those shows where I'm not going to pound you into watching it, but at least get through a couple episodes.
That's all
I've watched from beginning to end, but that was years.
One of the guys in our chat room was trying to watch it. He made it to episode 5?
He made it to episode 6 and was like, I'm halfway through, and I still don't like it. I'm done. I'm stopping.
Yeah.
I'm on episode, 4 of the...
Anime Renme, the mouthful?
Yeah. The angels thing. They're not angels. I have not figured out what they are. I have not, as far as I'm concerned, it's creeping me the hell out. Because first there's the dreams thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the obvious, she's not the same as all these other angel types.
Mm-hmm.
She's not the same. There's something different about her. I really, really want her to, mention, I want her to remember the rest of her dream and, tell somebody, because there's some significance in it. I know there is. And then there's the creepy priest guys. And I want it to, I want them to stop towing. And I want them to finish giving me the rest of the information. Is this Earth? Is this heaven?
Purgatory.
Are they actually angels?
Not in a literal sense.
Okay. Are they all dead?
Not in a literal sense.
Yeah, they're not, alive in the sense that we are, but they have lives. They're waiting to be reborn.
Okay. So they died in their previous life.
And how they died is significant to the rebirthing process.
Okay.
Buddha Vista reincarnation cycle.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was really not understanding any of it.
Well, a lot of that is stuff you'll get when the show's done. And a lot of it's meant to be something you pick out from watching and not something you're told.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only stuff I pick up on because I've been so heavily educated that I look at stuff and I'm like, oh, it's this or that or the other thing.
I like things that explore what it means, what reality means, what life means, things like that, and a lot of animes are really good at that.
I'm basically at the point, as long as it's not depressing, I'll watch it.
First, I love both happy and depressing shit, so
Sometimes
Yeah,
I
I
like
can't.
depressing.
I can't do all depressing all the time.
Right now, I just want to watch a good love story.
Like,
so not Twilight.
So not Twilight.
you need some hot Tenchi Muyo action.
That wasn't much of a love story either.
What? Everybody's in love with Tenchi. But no, legitimately, like, watch War on Gemnar if you haven't. It is ridiculous. Oh my god.
Yeah, I need to get all of that. Sit down and watch it.
That's
what I'm talking about.
It's the latest Tenchi.
Oh.
It takes place 15 years after the end of the last OVAs because it stars his little brother, Kenshi. Yes, Tenchi's brother is named Kenshi.
Of course.
It's Rhea and Nobuyuki's son. So it's actually his half brother, but you get what I'm saying. I was really sad because they never show you the original cast. I was really hoping to see 30-year-old Tenchi and then like all the girls.
I want
But
something
they don't.
like that.
What now?
Sorry.
So you want more Yaoi?
It was so cute.
Anyway, go back to what you were saying, Bones.
Yeah, sorry. You never get to see the rest of the cast.
I just was sad they never did anything with. It's 15 years in the future. It's the farthest in the timeline it's ever been, but they never actually show you the original cast at all. Like there's some, like when he remembers, like because he talks about growing up with all the girls from Tenchi Muyo, and there's some like shadowy flashbacks of them, but they never actually showed them. And I was interested to see like what happened in the 15 years after the end of the OVAs. Like who did Tenchi end up with? What are the women doing now? And they're just like, nope, doesn't matter, whatever, and just completely blow it off. And I was like, damn it. I like the franchise as a whole. Like all the stuff is really fun to watch for me.
That reminds me either.
I don't like it when things feel undone. Like when they go, okay, that's the end. If I really, really liked it, then I end up searching forever for the manga, and then I sit and read the manga. But sometimes I just want to know what happened. Like, where's the rest of the story?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like Fruits Basket. Originally they wanted it to be 3 seasons. They only got 1 because the ratings were just shit. So it gets this
Which I don't understand because so many people loved it.
They loved it after the fact.
Well, the Americans loved it, but not the Japanese.
And I don't understand that.
That's the only reason we got a second season of Big O, because the first season was so popular over here.
Well, basically, Cartoon Network put up half the money for a second season. They wanted to do 3. They wanted to do another one after the end.
Either.
It got an end. But
end, but not the end.
A better end than the first series had.
I still love that show.
Fruits Basket, by the way, has a very nice ending if you read it.
Yeah.
Which, believe me, you don't have to repeat yourself. I will try to remember. Not a manga guy. If you're ever interested, I could just tell you the ending.
I already know the ending. My best friend's girlfriend is goo goo gaga for it. She couldn't shut up.
Oh, I hate those people.
I told her I'd finished the anime. She's like, well, here's how it actually ends. And she told me, like, in painful detail. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I don't really fucking care.
Oh, you didn't even like it?
Well, he was being told something he didn't care about in the first place, so...
It's not something I'm ever going to see. I assumed that Toru Hondo was going to end up with Kyo. And that's exactly what happened. And it's like, oh, okay, they grow old and happy together. Moving on. like, to me, it was painfully obvious. I always feel like that when I'm watching something. Like, I wonder what the pairings will be. I'm like, it's pretty fucking obvious who's going to end up with who.
Sometimes it's not.
No, it always is.
And especially in older, it is. I'd say maybe you might get a bit of swerve in newer stuff, but it's pretty easy to figure out.
I started watching this Eureka, this Astral Ocean, and it looked like he had a neighbor that he'd been friends with forever, and then I thought, oh, maybe that's going to be his love interest. And then he met the team that he works with, and it's two girls his age, and I'm like, yep, there we go. All right, going to be the blonde. Yep, she's got the same problems he does. And it was like right after that he makes buddy with the blonde chick that he pilots with, that the other girl, the girl he grew up with, ended up like disappearing off the face of the story. Unless they're gonna pull a huge swerve and shoot me in the face, it looks like it's gonna be a pretty standard story.
Yeah.
It's the old, I hate you more. I hate you so much. Oh, nom. Face nah. They hated each other right into a makeout session. Fucking 12-year-olds. They're just like, what the fuck? They really need to turn the age thing up a little higher, because I'm sorry, I just don't see it happening like that. But the Japanese, so whatever. Just immediately like, dude, 12-year-olds do not do this as far as I remember, so this needs to be tuned up to about 14 or 15. Then you can talk about, like, you know, boys and girls, you know, sucking face. 12-year-olds, yeah, a kiss here, a kiss there, but no face sucking.
What kind of 12-year-old were you? I was totally sucking face.
Well, good to know that Kiki's not the only whore in the room.
Oh no, we bonded over our whoreness. I'm just queen whore.
Yeah, she's totally queen whore. Because at 12, I was still a virgin. It only lasted for 2 years after that, but I was still a virgin.
Yeah, I didn't even bother with relationships until I was damn near the end of high school.
To be fair, though, I'd never really properly dated anyone, though, so...
I don't think you could consider anything that I did dating until I got with who I am now. Who I am with now. Yeah.
This is like straight out of Psycho.
Well, yeah, when you make a big list of, like, things that happened before meeting my husband and my current associate of friends, it sounds like a horrible life, but I don't really see it that way. There were some bad times, but most of my decisions were actively my own, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You live, you learn, you die of syphilis, whatever comes first.
I am STD free.
So am I.
I may have been a whore, but I ain't no dumb whore.
Neither am I.
See, I make the joke because there's now totally antibiotic-resistant syphilis, so...
Oh, God.
And it's not contained, it's spreading.
That's okay, we're the, gonorrhea capital. Syphilis. Not Woodland West.
Guess what, Kiki?
Is it
Your state's home to the 5th generation antibiotic resistant gonorrhea too.
Well, yeah, gonorrhea capital.
That's just more annoying than it is deadly. Syphilis is making its way from Japan right now.
So even if my husband dies tomorrow, I am not sleeping with anybody. Just without a full-fledged doctor's thing that says that they don't have anything wrong with them.
Well, they could... I don't remember how you test for gonorrhea if it doesn't show. I'm sure there is a test. But
if gonorrhea is not active, it's not symptomatic, you can't test for it.
Then yeah, that wouldn't help. They could be a carrier and not showing.
Yeah. Almost anybody who's sexually active, and eventually contracts either gonorrhea or HPV. Is it HPV?
The human papillomavirus?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah, if he dies tomorrow, I'm never sleeping with anybody ever again.
Just keep buying yourself toys. That works. There are a wide variety of
sometimes I like a
products.
body, though.
Buy a body, then. And attach things to it.
Hire a gigolo.
Or make them wear a full body condom.
Yeah.
A rubber suit?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That would be terrible.
It'd be hilarious.
I mean, even if you do everything right, something still might happen, but there still are a wide variety of safe-sex products that
Yeah.
greatly hinder that. And obviously, if their junk looks funny, don't touch it.
Everybody's junk looks funny to me because I've been staring at the same
Okay,
one
funny
for
in the way
12
that,
years.
you know, it's like,
If the man pulls his pants down and he's armed with a purple goose shooter, you might want to back up.
And if a girl pulls up her skirt and it looks blue and kind of waffly, yeah, run from the room.
yeah, because that's some alien shit.
If a girl lifts her skirt and the dick hits the floor in front of you, it's time to go.
As in,
Unless you're into that shit.
do you mean a dick fell out of a vagina, or she has a dick? Because I'd be into that.
I was going with the what is it, like every Futanari thing where the girl's got like a 4-foot long like, raging erection.
Yeah.
Fucking takes her panties off and the dick rolls out like a fucking fire hose and hits the ground. She's like,
okay, I'm not in. Okay. When I'm reading/watching porn, tentacle dick is awesome, but in my own sex life, no.
I'm sorry, I cannot wrap my head around like the 4-foot fucking raging erection. Like, I can't imagine that that's like sexually stimulating to anybody. Like, I'm gonna impale you on my giant dick that's as big as I am.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had anything bigger than 6 inches.
Like I said, a lot of the stuff I read/watch.
The general consensus is anything over, I think it's 7 inches becomes painful for most women.
Well, yeah, because the vaginal canal is only so long, and then when stuff hits the cervix,
No,
it hurts.
like, no shits and giggles. Both women, most average woman is genetically formed for the average dick, which is about 5.5 to 6 inches. You start getting anything bigger than like 6.5 to 7, the guy is poking you with a fucking broomstick.
Frankly, I'd prefer girth over length. I mean, there's got to be a bit of something there, sure, but
Generally, if you're 5.5 inches and above the average girth, it'll feel just as good as a average size girth with a longer reach, for lack of a
I
better.
just think I'm longer.
well, it's not an exact thing, and it also depends on other things as well. But you know,
Just gotta watch out for the guy that's hung like a fucking pop can. Sure, he's only 4 inches long, but he's 3 inches in diameter.
yeah. I said girth, not a fucking whale coming at me.
Actually,
Sounds good
we're
to me.
talking about that. We have a guy at work that's a performer that has one like that. I'm just like, I feel for the women who are doing anal with you. I really do.
Oh, poor thing.
They're fucking human popsicles, I tell you what. Corn dogs, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. They're all stretched out and used.
Well,
It's like fucking throwing a kielbasa down a fucking hallway.
they're well practiced and whatnot, so it's not like, you know, they have to worry about ripping.
Stretchy assholes. You haven't lived till you've walked down the hallway and caught one man. Anyway, shut up now and move along.
Oh, no, you can totally finish that sentence, because you got my interest.
I would rather not remember that incident. Thankfully, I was just an observer, but that was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen done to a human's orifice. Oh, God.
I think I could guess what was going on.
Love fist. The fistening.
Part 3 completed. Part 4 commencing. Welcome to Part 4, my lovely.
I don't know how long it would take for me to get back into the sex pool side.
Prepare your anus. I'm going in dry.
No. I'm supposed to say this. I'll just bleep it. I can bleep your name.
Actually, I believe the correct order is prepare your anus, bite the pillow.
Okay.
I'm going in dry.
I'm yelling at you from a couple episodes back. Yeah, when that happens, I just bleep it.
What are you two planning over there?
We're planning to hop on a plane and go visit you and steal your collection.
But I get it when you die. Why do you want to steal it?
You can watch it now.
I already told you, I'm having a battle royale with all of my friends for my collection.
And see, while they're all fighting, Kiki's just gonna sneak under and just steal it while they're all fighting.
Oh no, that's when I just released the honey badger. Close the door.
Because honey badgers have no fucks to give.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help you take all of it. You better share. Don't give me that look.
Don't give me that look, you son of a bitch.
Don't I share now?
When both our guys die, I'm going to be the only person that you're gonna have. Don't fuck with me.
Our relationship doesn't work if I don't.
I wish you were wrong.
Not sure I want to know. I'm just going to be over here.
I imagine that I'd probably amass a bit of a toy collection if he dies before me and I'm still giving a fuck about sex by then. Who knows? I don't know how long it would take for me to even... I'd probably get back into having sex with other people before I got back into dating other people, if ever.
Yeah, because at some point you realize it's not, when you have sex with somebody that you're in love with, then it's emotional attachment.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's, needs and wants. So, sex is detached from emotion.
Well, yeah, which I'm fucking good at that. But, no, it's more I don't really know how to date other people. I didn't do it right the first time.
Yeah, I don't really know how to date other people either.
I don't know that I'd want to date anyone.
I mean, I don't want to, die first and leave him all sad and whatnot, but at the same time, I don't want to have to deal with people.
That's okay. I'll be right next door. You can come talk to me. We'll go trolling for cock together or something.
Does it always have to be fun?
It doesn't always have to be fun.
Okay.
I know where all the good bars are in Sacramento.
Just let me warn you, don't go trolling for lesbian pussy. You'll be very sad that you did.
I didn't find it when I was younger.
You know what lesbians bring to the first date, don't you? A U-Haul. Okay, so obviously I spent too much time around the gay community as of late. I'll be over here. I really didn't even say that. I said I've spent too much time around my friend Serene, who, by proxy of being homosexual, has spent a ton of time around the gay community, and thus starting to rub off.
I haven't spent a lot of time around the gay community. I like gay guys. They're awesome.
Speaking of community, there was a recent study that's saying that it's really shitty to be a pansexual person who's not in the closet.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you haven't picked anything, basically. You haven't picked any side.
Because people think you have to be one or the other, and neither side cares for you because they think you're just fun.
Yep.
Well, we have to take gradual steps.
Well, yeah,
I mean, they're just starting to be like, okay, gay is okay.
Yeah, but the study also showed that there's more bisexual people than gay people.
Yeah, but we have to accept one before we can accept the other.
That doesn't mean it's not okay, because a lot of these people are at risk for,
I'm explaining
hurting themselves and whatnot because they have, almost zero community.
What Kiki's trying to say is it really sucks being in the group that gets discriminated by the groups that normally get discriminated by the majority.
I understand that. I was explaining...
Yes, little
why
steps.
They don't have a community is because it takes little steps.
Standard homosexuals have to become part of the majority before, the other subgroups can be accepted.
Because while I still say that I haven't had a lot of experience with being, I have had one bad experience where a girl thought I was going to fucking rape her. And then I have heard you just haven't chosen her. No, doesn't that mean you're heterosexual now?
Kiki, if I saw that dick coming at me, I'd be screaming too. Shit. You told me it was just a little prick.
No, it has a little prick.
You got a hold of her? You got a hold of something.
I still say the one experience that I've always looked forward to, that I'm pretty sure I'm never going to get to try, and I've only ever seen it in porn.
Yeah.
Double-sided dildo.
That's not as easy as it looks.
I know, it's just something that has always fascinated me.
Alright,
and I know for a fact I'm never going to get to try it.
I have a very minimal experience with it, but I remember it being more effortful than it fucking works.
Really?
Yeah. At least the sort that I think you're talking about, where it's really just two dildos that is kind of glued fucking together. But they're intended to be that way. What you really want is a strap-on that has its own dildo that also goes in the
Yeah,
that you'll get the pleasure from. The other one is really more for the onlookers.
The best version is the double-sided strap-on with vibrators built in.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really awkward.
Oh, it's hilarious. I've watched two women use it. I've never seen women come that much, that fast, that often.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I'm not even joking. Like, they were supposed to be doing it for the camera. They couldn't stop orgasming. It was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. I was just like, oh my god! I walked by and I hear them going, and I'm like, wow, that's really good acting. I go in there and they're just fucking. It started as an act, and it ended up as the real thing, man. They were going at it. It was just like, and they were howling like a couple of monkeys. I'm just like, oh my god, what's going on? The director's like, that thing apparently works really well. It was the first time they'd ever tried it. It was like, it was a new model, is what I should say. I can't remember what one it is. It was like, oh my god. They're just like holy shit. They're just like, oh my god, I didn't think people actually scream like that in real life.
See, what I would like is a really nice, vibrating panties.
Oh, yeah.
Vibrating briefs.
I can see why you would want that. Not me, because I don't get a lot of stimulus from outside touching. But
unfortunately, that's where all of mine comes from. We are nice exact opposites from each other.
Well, your clit fucking works.
Yeah. And it works a little too well.
Scan, find the clit. You must find the clit. I've always believed the best option is to give a girl the 2 fingers of justice and work your way up to 4.
I do enjoy fingers. Which is a shame, because mine are tiny and I can't get up in there.
I have, what did my coworker call them? I don't have man hands because I spent my entire life on electronics, working with computers and stuff. I have, what did he call it?
Dainty?
They started, like, the little ladies called them dainty.
Dainty digits?
Yeah, but then he's like, no, he's got a perfect set of vaginal manipulators. I was like, oh my god!
I think it's your mind, Cat.
What now?
Trooper's being a dick. It's alright.
Well, you know, I would hope so, since I'm pretty sure he's a guy.
He's a guy.
Doesn't he still need to get fixed?
Yeah, he's going to get fixed.
At some point, I'm just going to go chop off his balls myself.
That's cruel and unusual punishment, taking a man's balls from him.
Are you kidding? I've had mine in a jar for 12 years.
Doesn't mean it's not cruel and unusual punishment.
I have his balls, I have his spine, I have his spleen,
and yet
I have
most of your
collection.
Oh, burn! Gonna need some back team for that.
And that's no big deal. I have the porn collection here.
Well, yeah, you're the one with the sexual appetite like a blue whale.
The only reason why he has half the porn that he has is because I asked him for it. And the rest of it, I let him have.
Such a loving relationship, let.
Yeah.
I don't have a relationship, so I don't have to worry. I just have a giant collection of man-child shit.
I could not be with anybody who wanted me to get rid of my shit. I mean, I get, like, giving up smoking or something. But, like...
I don't get that.
Anybody who would bitch at me about, like, oh, get rid of that because of stupid arbitrary reasons, like, it's for kids or it's to me, it's like, fuck you. I like my shit.
I couldn't probably date somebody. I couldn't date a girl who smoked inside. I just couldn't. But I'd be upfront about it. I'd be like, yeah, no, sorry.
So it'd be okay as long as she smoked outside the house?
Yeah.
I'm still in.
Yes, she has the biggest crush on me.
What?
I only smoke in my car. And that's only if I'm alone in my car or my passenger is okay with it.
Gotcha.
Other than that, I smoke outside buildings. I don't even try to smoke in people's house unless I see someone already smoking in the house, and then I ask if it's okay. My father taught me very good smoker's etiquette.
Yeah, I'm one of those weird people. I grew up in a family of smokers, but for whatever reason, like, I just can't take it anymore. Like, I don't mind the smell of smoke, but, like, people who reek of smoke are just like, ew.
You get this more ice.
And I feel the same way about people who smoke a lot of marijuana. When they smell like burnt marijuana, I'm just like, no, go away, go away, go away. You smell terrible. They always smell like that, or they're trying to cover it up with, like, Axe. And it's like, dude, just go take a shower. Just go take a shower.
Yeah.
All the Axe is doing is making you smell like a burnt bush. Burnt flower bush.
I don't mind the smells when they smell like, you know, like they're living in a carton of cigarettes or...
That's what I'm talking about. Like, the people who reek of cigarette smoke, no, it doesn't do it for me.
Because I'm pretty used to that. One, because I used to smoke, but two, I've always lived around smoker. I'm pretty used to the smell. So, I don't normally notice in the first place.
Our home has been smoke-free since I was 7 years old. We were alcohol-free at 3.
I have been smoke-free since high school.
But, no, I have pretty lax requirements for a relationship. I mean, I just, like, I couldn't date somebody who's doing drugs. It's just, I'm not into it, and I can't. I just, like, I don't want to be around it. Not, like, any, like, moral judgment, just not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could date, like, a stereotypical, like, I don't know what to call it, like, you get those, like, you always hear about those women. My friends have dated women like that like they have expectations of the men they're dating, and it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be that kind of guy.
Are you talking about women who want to change you, or women who assume and expect, like, things beyond, like...
Well, it's like the one where my cousin posted the line about, you know, she wants a man who'll drop the video game controller and, like, wine and dine the shit out of her and be a man. And I'm like, yeah, see, I wouldn't want to date a woman like that because that's not who I am.
Okay, I have only ever bothered my husband once for sex while he was in the middle of something, and I let him finish what he was doing in the game first. And by let, I mean didn't pester him.
Well, sex is a whole different thing. I'm not talking about sex.
On the table, and then, you know, didn't automatically get pissed when he didn't jump at it. He was in the middle of something. I would have been pissed if he had interrupted me in the middle of something, too. And it wasn't like he was playing by himself. He was playing with a bunch of other people. That would have been extra dickish.
Yeah. I'm not talking about that. That's totally legitimate to be like, hey, honey, I have needs that need to be satisfied. And he's like, you know, 10 minutes or like 10 minutes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I am more talking about probably closer to the whole trying to change you to fit what they want. It's like, Yeah, I'm never gonna be that person.
While dating someone, you might change a little bit. You should never go into the relationship expecting to mold a perfect fucking person.
See, the problem is I'm not moldable. There's no give left in me. Will I play along with their needs? Certainly, but I'm not going to change who I am to fit something they need. It's just not possible in my case.
I don't want to force someone to get a different job just so they can take me to a stupid-ass restaurant or something like that.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant, I'm not a gourmand. I'm not into fancy food. I'm just as happy to be going to, the local burger joint. When I say burger joint, I don't mean, McDonald's. I mean, a nice, local place that's, deals in good food that's not, ooh, suit and tie. That's fine for anniversaries and shit, but, I don't want to be, that's not what I would take somebody to on a date unless, I don't even know, because I wouldn't even want to do it for sex. It's it's dirty.
You know the last date that my husband took me on?
Yeah?
2 nights ago. He took me to Hooters.
Woo!
Because it was Wednesday.
Yeah?
And they had endless wings.
Was that actually a date, or did you just guys go to Hooters? Because for me, there's a distinction between just doing something with a date.
No, we had talked about going.
Oh, okay.
And we were supposed to go on Wednesday. He had forgotten about it.
Well, yeah.
And then when he got home, I was like, hey, why are you turning on your computer? And he's like, well, because I got home. And I'm like, you said you were going to take me to Hooters. Why do you think I'm dressed? And he goes, oh. So he puts on a clean shirt, puts on deodorant, little cologne, and we went to Hooters.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, total date.
Hey, whatever works, right?
Although his mother was like, you took her to Hooters. And I'm like, hey, I wanted to go. Somebody said that they had really bomb-ass boneless wings.
Yeah.
Which I can guarantee you, bomb-ass boneless wings.
Well, were they or were they?
She's saying they were.
They were.
Oh, gotcha.
Of course, you should always try something more mild before you go into the hot.
Uh-oh.
Because I started off with the hot and went into the mild.
I always like getting a basket of hot and a basket of mild so that I can start hot and then switch to the mild after the fact. Gives me more cool down time.
But I had fun.
Mm.
And the girls weren't half bad looking either.
That's always good. I think the last date I was on was, 4 or 5 years ago now. And
4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. What now?
I said, yeah, it's been a while.
I meant to socialize after graduation. I just don't care enough to try to find a girl.
Nothing wrong with
Meet
that.
women. I could probably do it if I really wanted to put my mind to it, but I just don't care anymore. I don't care.
We talked about it in a previous episode where you don't have to be in a fucking romantic relationship to be happy in life.
No. Plus,
All I remember
aren't
was-
you in the age group where you're not really interested anyways?
I mean, 20s? How is that a thing?
No, there's an age that guys reach where they're not sexually motivated.
I mean, 4-year-olds? I would not say that there's a average, you could say, of all men where that's a thing.
No, she's pretty much right on target with me. I'm not even really interested in self-gratification anymore. I just don't care.
No, my husband was telling me about it. Men become less sexually active in their late 20s until some point later, and women actually become more sexually active because our hormones are crazy.
Well, it's when you're most fertile.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really weird that we would be more interested in our late 20s and guys would get less interested in their late 20s.
Well, it's probably genetic because you're more interested, men don't have to be as aggressive because you're more likely to offer than a guy chasing you trying to get it. Sorry.
Yeah, 'cause I just want to fuck like bunnies.
That or you're just going after a different age group.
I mean, you know, I'm not to say if I was dating a girl and she put it on the table, would I say no automatically? Probably not, but I'm also not particularly interested in screwing a random girl I've just met either.
Well,
you could blame that on the industry I work for. What now?
That is such an arbitrary rule. I should not be required to put out just because the third date. To be fair, I've probably already put out, but still.
No, actually, it's the 5-date rule. I'm saying 3 because I think 5 is stupid.
It depends on the people.
Yeah.
Okay, 5, you're a prude.
No,
3, you're reasonable.
Dating someone should not require intimacy.
No. Dating is to allow you to get to know a person to see if you think you're compatible.
I mean, but
that's what the first 2 hours
requiring intimacy means that asexual people shouldn't date.
Thank you very much. That's why I'm sitting over here.
Because, you know, how dare they not want to have sex?
I don't understand it.
They don't have a sex drive.
Yeah, but sex is so awesome.
To them, it's not. They have no care for it. That doesn't mean they can't be romantic. They're more. Yeah. A lot of them are more like romantic in the sense of cuddling and whatnot.
Well, it's like the last girl that wow, this is really hard for me to say. That I was sexually active with. I don't. In the last 10 years, I'm just going to put it that way because that's basically when I started being sexually active. I haven't gotten it a lot because I've been fairly busy, is the best way to put it. I've been very focused on studies, and so I haven't been active about going after it. So I'm one of those people, I don't keep condoms around. That was really fucking awkward the last time, not 5 years ago, I guess it was 3 years ago, when I took her out to a Japanese sushi and, like, grill kind of place. I don't know what you want to call it. It was a sushi joint, like, legitimately, but it was also like a hibachi grill or whatever. And, you know, I took care of everything, whatever, and we came back, and she was frisky and I wasn't, and we ended up getting into it, and we got to the point where we were gonna, you know, do the deed, and she's like, "Do you have any condoms?" And I'm like, "Oh, shit."
He said do the deed. Sorry, we're listening.
Way to be mature.
That's basically where it ends, because I'm like, oh yeah, I suppose I could go do that, but no, never mind.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta remember, sex drive is different for people, and it's a mixture of genetics and age. Genetics, age, social surroundings, the way you deal with sex in the first place.
Keep in mind, I should correct that it was 1 o'clock in the morning at this point, and I was like, I could drive 5 miles to the nearest pharmacy, because I live in a conservative town where basically that's the only way you're going to get them, is outside of town in the nearest Walgreens. Or I could just roll over and go to sleep, since I have to be at work at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Yeah, she was kind of pissed, and I don't blame her. The best part was waking up, and she was, like, long gone. Like, I woke up at, like, 5 a.m., and she was long gone. Gone.
Wow.
She ended up, she was trying to be intimate after the fact, and I was just like, nah, I'm going to bed, dude. It's like 1:30 in the morning at this point. I'm like, I gotta get up in the morning. I'm just gonna crash. And I felt kind of bad because we ate, I don't know what, we ate some sort of sushi with a sauce on it. And it made me so gassy, and I freaking blew her right out of my bed.
Oh, wow.
She settled up behind me, and I fucking, 10 minutes in, I was like, oh, my stomach doesn't feel very good. I just, and I heard her fucking scuttle out of bed, and she ended up sleeping on the couch, I think, for another couple hours, then just laughed out of disgust.
Wow.
And I made no excuses. Like, I was just like, whatever. Like, I wasn't, you know, it was just, I originally, like, it wasn't a date in the sense of, like, I was trying to get anything. She was just a friend, and I was actually just finishing up a relationship with another girl, and that was really, like, the final, when she tried that, and I didn't stop her because I had been drinking, that was, like, the final nail in the coffin, which was good because I needed to end. The other relationship was, like, long distance, and it was not, we weren't really doing anything anymore. And she was super pissed at me, and I was like, the girl that I was dating long distance, and I was like, well, we haven't talked in 3 months. I don't know what you're upset about. I just assumed you were done with me when you stopped answering your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, it's her fault.
I mean, unless she's on, like, a submarine or something.
No, she was going to
should be
school
able to
upstate.
talk to you.
Yeah, but that's no reason not to answer your phone for 3 months.
At least leave a voicemail.
She would always, I would call her,
Yeah.
and she would tell me she was busy, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then she would call me, I'd be in the middle of stuff, and we never found time to hook up, and so I just kind of, like, drifted away, and it was bad. You know, I never officially ended it with her, so technically I was cheating, but it was like, I never did anything with this girl other than, well, yeah, I guess I did. I made out with her for about 10 minutes, but that was, like, the extent of it, because I was like, I don't have any condoms because I don't have sex. So, yeah. Woo.
I haven't bought a condom in years.
Well,
That's
if you get pregnant, it'll be like the fucking Virgin Mary over there.
But yeah, that was part of the agreement we made with each other that we were just going to stop bothering with condoms as soon as we got married anyway.
Yeah, we don't want kids. So, I actually have a tin that I keep in my nightstand.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing constantly gets refilled.
Well, that's good. At least you know they're fresh.
I go through, like, I think once a month. Pretty much when I remember, which is about once a month.
Yeah.
I go through it and check all the expiration dates. Because there is no way, nothing is coming out of this.
Other than what should be during...
Other than what should be once a month and, you know, after happy time.
Yeah.
But I ain't holding on to another human being for 10 months, squirting it out, just to have some ungrateful, rude thing walking around.
Okay. You don't want a baby, that's fine. I want a baby.
Well, I'm not necessarily going to be rude and ungrateful. I never was rude or ungrateful to my parents. I think it's pretty much an anomaly that I'm even here, considering I wasn't supposed to be born, but whatever.
Yay, mistake buddies. High five.
My parents spent lots of money trying to get pregnant back in, like, the mid-'80s. It didn't work. They gave up, conceived me, and never happened again. And, like, the chances of my parents meeting up and having me were so low that it's like, suddenly they actually accuse me from committing suicide some days. It's like, the chances of me being here are so low that I feel like I don't want to waste. If I'm gonna die, I want it to be something that kills me, not my ending my own life.
Wow. That just got really real.
Well,
had bad times.
Yeah. You're talking to a guy who has comes from a family with psychological issues and has had his issues his entire life. It's just shit that comes out every once in a while.
I think we're all screwed up.
Well, everybody's screwed up to some degree or another. Some greatly more than others. And we have a very terrible system for helping almost anyone.
Nobody wants to deal with the unclean, in this case, people who are mentally ill.
Mm-hmm. Even something...
I don't particularly have that problem, but it's...
Yeah, this is going to sound kind of demeaning, but even something as simple as, you know, abuse victims. You can say, you know, why do you stay with him, or why don't you call these programs? But it's not just as simple as leaving them, but it's also that a study has shown that a lot of abusers, A, know that they're abusing, and B, will call up these groups to figure out how to make sure that their victims can't get help from them, because they know how their systems work.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Because it's all anonymous, so they're just giving out the information.
Yeah.
Because there's really no way to verify.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was never abused or anything, but I didn't know how to make friends. I didn't know how to keep friends, and I got beat up and humiliated on a regular, probably at least weekly basis, and it really kind of screwed me for life, because I don't trust anyone.
Well, I wouldn't say life has given you much reason to do that, so
I think Bones and I have.
I would say you, Bones, and a wide variety of people have a lot in common.
I'll never forget, I was at school and this black better-word lesbian girl was complaining about the hazing she got in high school, and I was trying to commiserate with her that I felt the same way because I got beat up for being crippled.
Mm-hmm.
But it came out something like a one-upmanship type thing, and I was younger, and I was not as eloquent with, making my statements not come off as self-centered, and I caused a whole bunch of trouble, and it was just like, in the end, all I was trying to say was that, I know what it feels like to get, beat up in the parking lot for something that you have no control over. It's like, I'll never forget getting beat unconscious in the parking lot at school, and it's like, I didn't pick a fight with these guys, I didn't even talk to them. They came up to me and fucking beat my ass because I was limping through the parking lot. I mean, what do you even fucking say to something like that? Like, there's no correct way to get you out of that. You're just going to get your ass beat. I mean, I got thrown off the roof of the junior high into the dumpsters. I got tossed upside down into the rolling trash cans. I got stuffed in lockers. What else did I do? Pushed over. And then just the general verbal shit. It's like, you're funny looking, you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid. Did your mother have any children that lived? That's always a good one.
People can be tremendously cruel, and our society is very much about, A, spouting bullshit about how to deal with it. Oh, just go find someone to help. And often putting the blame on the victim. Even if it's something that there's no way you could control that, like, well, it's your fault for looking that way, or you shouldn't have approached them. It's like, I wasn't approaching them, I was just in the vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
That was part 4, and now for part 5. This is part 5.
The world's not out to get you. The world doesn't care.
Yeah.
I've come to live by the credo that no one helps you, only you can help yourself. If you can't help yourself, well, you're pretty much going to die because there's no one that can help you. You are the maker of your own destiny.
Well, sadly, that's often right. There are wonderful people out there, but a lot of them also have dark sides. Everybody has a dark side, really. Just some are really bad about holding you back, and they're, I would say, especially in younger years, often the majority, even if they don't realize they're doing anything wrong. I mean, I'm sure the people beating the shit out of other people have some inkling that probably not the best idea, but they don't care. And then there's people who abuse through other manners who think they're not doing anything wrong. Like, pointing out someone's shortcomings, like, are you putting on a little weight? As if it's helpful, when really you're just pointless.
I mean, there's a difference between saying, have you been stressed out about something? You look like you're putting on weight, and how's it going, fatty?
Yeah. We all hate ourselves.
Some of us just hate ourselves more than others.
Yeah. On a lighter note, there are some good in the world. It's just really a lot of suck in the world. Like, a bunch of people just died in Syria, and
hooray for chemical attacks.
Is it Taiwan that's being flooded? Someplace being flooded.
Sounds right.
Have they figured out, or like officially stated, who the chemical attack was from, or is it still a we're unsure?
What now?
I'll just look it up. Yay, subject change. California government declares state of emergency as wildfire spreads into Yosemite.
Awesome. Are we gonna die?
Yosemite's all the way up there with the phone.
Oh, damn.
We'll just get a lot. That smoke we finally got rid of, we're gonna get that.
I think my biggest problem is even people who seem like they're nice, if you at all let your armor down, let your defenses down, they'll drive the sword right through you.
A lot of time that's all they're waiting for.
Oh no, believe me, I totally understand that. 9 years being friends with somebody, they called me family. They said I was better than family. Always called me for everything. Every moment. Right? Every time they needed help with something, every time they needed somebody to talk to, I was always there.
Yeah.
I was like the perfect friend. I never asked for anything. Aside from, when they would ask me what was going on, and I would, tell them what was going on with my day. And, sometimes I had some really shitty days.
Yeah.
But on the most part, it was mostly about them. And just after 9 years, now, your friendship is, what was it? Emotionally exhausting and depressing. And that was what I was told. I don't want to be your friend anymore.
That was their final word? That was it? Just that?
Yeah. No explanation.
Well, that sounds like a psychological shift. Something was wrong.
That's okay. I'm done. I'm so upset about it because, it didn't seem like it was really a reason.
No, something was wrong there. They went from buddy to that?
Uh-huh. After ignoring me for like 2 months.
Something was wrong there. They had some sort of problem. That's pretty textbook mental illness. Something was wrong.
Oh,
Doesn't that it matters, I'm just saying, like...
I'm not the only person with a problem.
What now?
I said, good, I'm not the only person with a problem.
No, her need of help is pretty obvious. She'll never get it, but it's pretty obvious.
I spent 9 years trying to help her.
She needs professional help because she refuses. It wouldn't help anyway because she refuses to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And
well,
when she does, whenever she does, she automatically negates all it the next day, so.
I just don't understand how somebody could spend 9 years being your friend and then just, illness or not, 9 years?
Well,
and then just Flip to switch.
The world.
Grief. My mother loves me. She's thrown knives at my head because she's mentally ill. She's tried to kill me and then not remembered it, like a month later.
My mother's bipolar.
2 plus 2 does not always equal 4, essentially. It's not something you're ever going to completely understand.
Yeah. That was the other thing I was going to say, is like, I treat all relationships as transitory, that at some point they're going to end and the people are going to move on. And it drives a couple of my friends right up the fucking wall that I treat their friendships like that. I'm like, but that's how it works. There will come a day when you will move on. And
Not
this friendship
always.
will end. Every one of my friendships has been like that, and so I treat it like that. It's gonna be a day. And I'm not gonna, in your case, have my heart broken because, you have a fucking snap and you don't want to be my friend anymore. It's not worth it.
I had friendships like that until I met Kiki, until I started going out with my husband, and it was, the 4 of us constantly.
Yeah.
First, I wouldn't say we're a majority. Second, while I have no plans to, we are not future seers. I mean, my plan, this thing works out forever. Forever being our lifespan, because I'm using forever in an improper way, but close.
In the sense of your existing lifespan as it is.
But something terrible could happen. And while I never want it to,
Aside from my death, I would never stop being your friend. You would have to do something really horrible to me.
My whole thought process is that people change. And sometimes they change in horrible ways, and sometimes they change in good ways. But my experience has been usually it's not good, it's bad. Something happens and their whole personality shifts. And it gets ugly fast.
Well, I'm past the age of my personality changing. I'm already set. Aside from me, hitting my head and forgetting who I am, I'm done growing. This is who I'm going to be for the rest of my life.
That.
well, see, I'm in control now, but I know it might be true someday, which means I might end up doing something which makes it better, or your only option is to no longer associate with it.
I don't think I could do that. I think I'd stick you in a mental facility first.
You would have no rights to.
You'd be surprised what people do when they have their backs put up against the wall.
Unless I, attack you and then I might go to jail.
I had a guy a couple years ago that was my best buddy in the entire world. We hung out all the time. And he met a girl. And he's my age. And I thought we were fairly stable. He fucking changed. He changed hard. And suddenly I was the enemy. I was everything that was wrong in his life.
Oh my god.
And
that's not him, that's the girl.
Well, no, he's made the change himself. She was...
Yeah, but he accepted it, but she...
In this case, she's possibly just a catalyst.
She was the catalyst to make this happen. People change, and you never know how it's going to happen. Sometimes it's psychological, it's something like genetic that just fucking pops. Sometimes they meet somebody who they make a decision that they're going to, change the way they live so that they can, good or bad, be in this relationship. It could be a lot of things. And it blew my mind, and I was okay with it. I told him, I'm like, dude, if you think I'm everything that's wrong, I'm gone. I won't bother you, and I wish you only the best. And I'm still friends with his cousin, of all things, a younger guy. He's 23, I think. And I was talking to him about it. I said, well, how's it going with him and her? I don't remember what her name is anymore. And he said, oh, well, they broke up about 6 months after you stopped talking to him. I was like, oh, okay. And he never tried to make contact again. I never told him not. I wouldn't say, I wouldn't talk to him again. He cut contact, and he never had any interest in rebuilding that bridge. And I just think that at any age it can happen. There's never a day where it's set in stone. It'll never change. It can always happen. It's just a matter of how and when and why. People do crazy, stupid things for different reasons. It's hard to, quantify humanity's actions into a science where you could say, well, it's not going to happen because X, X, and X. Now, sometimes Z comes into play, whatever that might be.
You guys are depressing the fuck out of me.
This is what I think about when I'm sitting here quietly.
See, I can't imagine things like that because aside from, meaningless associations that I have with few people, I can use one hand to count friends, like real friends.
Yeah.
And if I lost any one of them, I would just be completely lost. I wouldn't have anything left. So that's just fucking depressing.
Well, welcome to my world. I have no real friends.
I think he's your friend.
I can only ever give him verbal support, though.
And I'm not asking for any help. I'm just stating it's the reality.
I don't mean help here. I meant like as a general friendship. I consider my internet friends also my friends because I've known most of them for very long times. This is merely a communication thing. There's a very big physical disconnect.
I mean, believe me, if I live within farting distance, I would probably come harass you guys on a regular basis since I have no life to speak of outside of work at this point. But it's a reality for me. It's just, the people that are decent friends, the friendships are tenuous at best. It's like the one guy that I hang out with almost every Saturday. It's really just like an ego power struggle sometimes, and I'm just like, we have a lot in common, but we're not. It's not. He goes on and on about how it's a real friendship and shit, but it's a matter of convenience for him. He doesn't come and see me unless he's going to be he doesn't come and hang out with me at my place unless he's going to be out here to see his family, or he's got to bring his girlfriend out here or something. And, that's one of the things that helps me understand that it's not a real friendship, is that he's not, it's not if it's not convenient for him, he's not going to do it, which is always a fun one. And my other friend, Serene, she's a good friend. Like, I consider her a real friend, but the reality is she's 10 years older than I am, and I don't mean that as a bad thing, but there's a gap, and she's in a whole different mindset than I am, and we're never going to really connect on a deep level. And I'm kind of the opposite in that case, where it's, I like hanging out with her, but I don't want to, I like hanging out with her a little bit, but I'm just so brutally antisocial with my life the way it's been and my experiences with work and whatnot that I don't like people anymore, and it's really sad to say, but I like people in small doses. I don't want to spend a lot of time with anyone. I like being able to go somewhere and meet someone and have lunch or something, and then leave, and then they go do whatever they want to do, and I can have my time and not have to entertain them. I think it just goes back to the whole really smart people such as myself have major psychological problems because, deeper you plumb the depths, the darker it is.
What? I'm gonna start crying. We gotta think of something else to talk about.
Why would you start crying?
Because that's who she is.
But I don't understand why. There's nothing sad about it. It's just reality.
Because it's sad.
Like, I can't conceive of why. I'm trying to understand why. Like, I can't conceive of why it's sad. It's just my reality.
Because you two, while it's your reality, you have different concepts of what a pleasant reality should be. And Grieve's the sort of person, and this is one of the both disheartening but wonderful things about her, who thinks that friendship should be an important thing between people.
How is that disheartening?
Because
If it wasn't for my friends and the people who cared about me, I wouldn't be alive right now.
it's disheartening because you want it so bad to be true for everyone else.
Yeah.
That's because my friends mean so much to me, and I like to think that I mean the same to my friends. And, I want other people to be happy too. I want other people to have friends like I have friends. That's why I try to make friends with people, and that's why I try to be there for people. Because I try to be a good friend. I don't know if I've ever really accomplished it, but I try to be a good friend. And I try to show people that I care about them. And it makes me happy being with my friends and doing things with my friends that I want the same for other people. And see, I am going to start crying. It's all your
I think it's so funny because I made the decision to walk this road alone. I didn't ask anyone to follow me, and no one wanted to follow me. No one wanted to take this path with me. I took it alone, and that's the reality. Is I made the choice. It's not, at some point I was guided by the actions of others, but I had to make a choice, and I made the choice to take the hard road myself. And I had to find the strength within myself to go on alone, to try to make it by myself, and to, find the strength when no one would offer me a hand to keep going. I made it through school without, anybody backing me up. None of my classmates, bailed me out. I had to find the strength to go on. And I ended up dragging some of them with me through some of the harder stuff. I went through work, I climbed the ladder at work by basically just throwing everything I had at the problem and hitting it as hard as I could, as fast as I could. And it blows my mind because I get stuff where people at work, my bosses, my coworkers, like, oh, Bones, you have it all together. You have your shit. You just go. You have no problems. You just know what you're gonna do and you do it. And I'm like, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. I just go in a direction and pray it's the right direction and hope that at the end of the day I'm not up to my eyeballs in, trouble. And it just, it kills me because I feel bad that anyone would feel sad about this because it's just my life. It is what I have to do, and I do it, and I don't worry about the consequences or anything. I just keep moving forward no matter what.
live our own lives. That's really just it. We all live our own lives. Even in an interconnected world, you're living your own life. I'm very happy that I am happy with my life. Obviously, there's things I wish were different. Wish I had insurance and whatnot, but from a social standpoint, I'm happy. And that's all I care about from that point.
You know what? I have my folks. I have my job. I have my education. And the reality is, I'm a strong human being. And every day I tell myself that I'm not strong, I realize I'm lying to myself because I'm the one leading by example. I'm the one going forward despite the hardship. And I don't regret anything I've done in my life. Do I wish I was normal and happy and I had, friends that gave a shit about me? Certainly, don't we all? But you just gotta keep going. You can't let shit get to you. You can't let negative feelings, anger, hatred, eat away at you because stuff is stupid. The people you thought were your friends are assholes. Your coworkers are out to get you. And you look at them and wonder why the fuck they're so worried that you're a threat, but somehow you're fucking up their life. It's hilarious to me. It is. I mean, it's the most interesting thing to me in the entire world is that I'm both your friend and your enemy, depending on how I act. If I suddenly seem like I'm doing better than you are, then I'm a threat to your stability because I might upheave your entire world because I might prove that I can do something better, or I don't even know. It's just like I've watched people I thought were, friendly coworkers fucking turn on me. And it's like, it's so interesting because the human relationship, social relationship is such a tenuous thing to me that you're only, for so many people, you're only friends as long as it's a mutual symbiosis. The moment you can no longer give them something they need, you're not worth having around. And it's, in a sense, it's true in almost every instance of relationship, whether it be friendship, romance, whatever. When you can no longer provide the other person something they need, you have to go. Because no one long-term is going to put up with interacting with another human being they can't get something out of. And I mean, there are cases, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it is so incredibly rare. It borders, once again, borders on mental illness that you would continue. I mean, that's also where you get the abusive relationships, where it's obvious that there's no longer a mutual respect. But it's also the sense of, going back to the original sense, that people change with time, and sometimes you can't give them what they want anymore, and they want out of the partnership, relationship, whatever. And I find that very nature so interesting, because why? Why do people change? I mean, there are obvious reasons, but, we all evolve. We never stop changing. But some of us stop growing. We stop expanding. And some people stop earlier than others. So it's hard to keep the lines of communication open when you can no longer adequately describe your thoughts to someone. I've had this problem with coworkers where I was mentally capable of higher level functioning than they were, and trying to regretfully explain to them something that, they were being laid off, they were being fired, or I needed them to do something that was not pleasant, whatever that might be, and trying to, in simple terms, put forward to them why it was happening, and it seeming like it was some vindictive thing that on a whim I just decided that, they had to suffer, and this was their punishment, or something along that line. And I've seen it said before in books about, business and whatnot, that, it's not usually some faceless bureaucrat that makes the layoff decision. It's the guy you're working for, or one of your coworkers that has to, maybe a little more seniority, that gets to stay and you have to go. That's hard shit, and it's hard to explain to somebody that it wasn't personal. It was nothing against you. It's just that you ended up being the odd man out. And it even happens in friendships, which is always interesting. It's always like people prioritize, and you know what? Sometimes if you have a wife and a family, friends just get the heave-ho. I've had that happen where, my friends had families, they were busy, and you know what? They just don't have time for others anymore. And it's, I appreciated the last guy. I had a buddy from high school who ended up, starting a family, and he just told me, he's like, dude, Bones, I'm sorry, man. As you and I have grown apart, I got a family, I got a wife, you gotta go, man. You just gotta go. And it was an interesting situation, because that was probably the most cordial end of a friendship I've ever had. It was great because there was closure to it. It wasn't like I had done something or he had done something. It was just a simple, I'm sorry, man, we're two different people, and I don't have time for this anymore.
Yes? Okay.
I'm seeing everything.
I'm sorry, your eyes were closed. I wasn't sure.
He's depressing me. I want to, get on a plane and go give him a hug. Super. I already suffered from depression, dude. I don't have any medication. Before I start crying on Kiki and, trying to get hugs from everybody, can we go back to talking about Sailor Moon? That would be awesome. No?
Sure. Why not? What were we talking about with Sailor Moon last? I don't remember.
We talked about their clothes. We babbled on a little bit about, motherfucker. Chibi Yusa and her age, and the disconnection from her actual age to physical and mental age. I think that's where we were.
Gotcha.
So what was left?
It depends on what ends up coming up. I don't know.
But one thing is for certain, beyond all others. Apparently Grieve is magic. She's gotten me to talk about things I haven't talked to anyone about in years.
For some odd reason, I have that effect on people, but then they start talking about it, and I don't want to listen to it because it makes me want to cry. But I'll sit here quietly and listen to it.
I just meant that as an aside.
Did I interrupt you?
No.
There's something else? Was I supposed to say something? Because you kind of gave me a look. But
I was mostly just because your eyes were closed. I was trying to see.
I was listening.
Okay.
very intently.
Sometimes the pills make you sleepy.
Oh, yeah, I took something, didn't I?
Oh my gosh. No.
Whoops.
Just because someone has said something does not mean they're looking for assistance. They're just saying something.
Well, I never know, because apparently I can't read people. I think I can, but apparently I can't.
You can read mass very well.
I can read what?
Mass.
Mass?
What they intend to put out, not what's actually there.
Mm.
Which most people do. So
I'm not special.
Oh, but you're pretty.
I don't know. I would say you're special. You're way less depressed than anyone else in the room.
I don't know. Are you more depressed?
Sorry, I forgot about Kiki. I apologize.
I feel so loved. Didn't I say I was doing pretty good, ignoring certain factors? I mean, life's both awesome and shitty, but that's how it always is.
But you guys all seem like you're in such good humor. It always makes me feel better.
I have the wonder of
Drugs.
no, not just that.
Narcotic painkillers.
They are helpful because some days I want to shove a pair of scissors in my neck, but you know, I've got wonderful people who I don't want to leave yet, so it works out.
This is the end of part 5. Up next, part 6. This is part 6.
I mean, you'd have to be crazy, obviously, because a little bit I hear of your husband, he's a riot. I mean, an absolute riot.
Oh yeah, this game's awesome.
He's great, dude. I was listening to him today when we were watching, and he's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm. One of the reasons I started dating him is because he made me laugh.
So,
And he was cute.
You and Roger, what the hell? What can I say? It makes me laugh.
Exactly.
Please, Eddie, don't give me to the weasels.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
That's the only thing I can do. It's just one of those deals.
I used to be able to do the Roadrunner.
I used to be able to whistle.
Or not the Roadrunner. Woody the Woodpecker.
Oh, yeah.
No, that was really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
What is he? He's like,
That's okay, I tried.
A
I
bit
tried.
higher pitch.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not going to try it again. I actually kind of wish that you guys still lived out there.
Out where?
You guys used to live in that place out in the boonies.
In YOLO?
Yeah.
In the internet wasteland? How dare you?
You
No, because I
monster.
was allowed to smoke in your room.
Oh.
Uh-oh, Green needs a smoke break.
Chicken deal.
We started 3 hours ago.
Chicken deal.
You could complain at 5.
Shuffle up and down.
How dare you? No, I can't go that long. I'm trying to give myself cancer, goddammit.
Stick your boobs in the microwave.
I know, these don't go anywhere. No. No. Okay, no. I can get lung cancer, I can get liver cancer, hell, I can get brain cancer. Nobody fucking touches my tits.
Well, if you got lung cancer, to get to...
I'd be touching your tits, that's for sure.
They slice down, they put it apart, they sew it back up, they're still there.
No, they might reduce them in order to reduce stress, and there'd still be scarring, and after they come together, you might not be level anymore.
That's okay, because I wouldn't let them do the surgery. Just let me die from my smoking. I'm okay with it.
It's a slow suicide. You can stop any time.
It's either slow or quick.
It's slow suicide. It's like, unlike jumping off a bridge, you can always change your mind.
She's saying those are your options.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I'm not going to change my mind. I'm also not going to live to be like 90 years old sitting in a nursing home in a diaper asking where my visitors are because obviously I don't have any.
You could be from the deep end of the gene pool.
Nobody cares about me because everybody I cared about is dead. So it's not going to happen.
Well, I won't be. I'm going to live forever. I'm putting my brain on the internet.
Oh my god. Brain on the internet.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah. Well, not right now, but it will be in about 20 years.
People are theorizing and studying it.
We're already at the point where we can link our brains to computer systems, so it's not that far away.
Are we getting pretty good at understanding the imagery of how we recall memories and whatnot?
Yep, biochemical machines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Science is getting freaky.
Science is amazing.
Get
ready for nanomachines and biomedical technology, cyborgs.
Some group of doctors, fucked with the HIV virus and essentially made it beat cancer. It's still in the testing phases, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, but it eats the cancer, but now you have HIV.
No, it can't give it to you anymore. They're merely using the virus.
They're using the virus as a transmission device, as a vector for the gene therapy.
To make your body eat the cancer.
Though on a unrelated note, there's been an increased amount of HPV-based cancer in gay men from oral sex, which is really interesting. It's actually overtaking women for cervical cancer. They're getting oral and throat cancer from oral sex with men who are infected with HPV.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. See, I knew there was a reason why I didn't like blowjobs.
And the reason why it's overtaking is because women are they're mandating, a lot of states are mandating that girls at 13 get the HPV vaccine to prevent cervical cancer.
Which, if I ever do get those little kitties, I would get them vaccinated for that. And everything else, really.
It's worth it. The risks mitigate the risks that could happen are mitigated by all the things you don't catch by having the vaccines.
Mhm. Okay, I have to pee.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna talk my little sister into having her daughter done.
I mean, I admit that any surgical or any medical procedure can be risky, but it's one of those. It's the whole herd immunity type deal. If we all get it, then we reduce the chances of spreading epidemic diseases like measles, mumps, rubella, whooping cough, tetanus. Well, not tetanus. Tetanus is just a fact you don't want to get it because it sucks. I mean, they're now vaccinating kids against hepatitis A, B, and C, which is nice.
Yeah, the worst part is that there's still those, I hate to say it, but hippie parents.
Yeah.
That are like, you can't vaccinate my child because then you're like, giving my child the diseases or whatever, or the people who claim that, and I say claim because they have nothing to back them up.
Yeah.
Claim that their child getting the shots at such a young age gave them disorders. There is no proof. Actually, most of the time, most of the documentation says that the child had the disorder before they got the shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it completely ridiculous when all doctors are trying to do is save people from having, these illnesses and everything like that. And all of these hippie, yuppie moms and dads going, oh no, you can't stick a needle in my child. You're going to give them a disorder. And now their child is going to school or trying to go to school or outside playing with all these kids, and they're going to give these kids sicknesses that normally they wouldn't get because they're vaccinated.
Yeah.
And it also really doesn't help those poor children who, for some reason, can't get the vaccine because of an allergy or something. I mean, really, we're trying to protect them and any other child who has an extra reason why they might be more susceptible to getting something that we really have the means to almost eradicate.
Mitigate. Yeah. Well, it's one of those deals that's, part of the thing, and this is all circumstantial, is that a lot of the times the reason why it seems like we're seeing more instances of problems after vaccination is because our medical diagnoses have gotten good enough that we can pick up on stuff at a much younger age than used to be. You were an adult before they figured out you had, some syndrome or some disorder.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like it has something to do with vaccines, but it has more to do with the fact that in the last 40 years we've gotten very effective at diagnosing disorders early in childhood.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, aren't there a whole bunch of them that, in the last 10 or 15 years, now they can tell you when the fetus is still, like, really small or something, oh, your kid's gonna have this, your kid's gonna have this, or
there's a strong chance your child will be born with Down syndrome.
It's not have, it's a high percentile because they have the certain vectors for it.
It's like with Down syndrome, at like 10 weeks they have like I think it's a 60% accuracy rate, and if you wait till the end of the first trimester, they're within 90% accurate.
Mm-hmm. Because we've figured out what to look at.
Yeah.
Because science. But a lot of people, when they read, like, just the headline or when they read an article that's written by someone who's looking at things they don't actually understand, they don't realize is that correlation's not always equal causation.
Yeah.
It's like saying ice cream makes you drown, because there are higher sales of ice cream in the summer, but there's also higher amounts of drowning in the summer. There also happens to be more people swimming.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't get cramps if you didn't eat ice cream before you went swimming. I mean, God, it's just obvious.
Didn't they just prove that, though?
Don't tell the stupid people that.
I knew that wasn't true when I was 10 years old, because sometimes I would get, like, really hungry. And I used to do competition swimming, and I would get, like, really hungry, and my dad wouldn't even, like, pay attention to what was going on. He would just go and get me something to eat and bring it back. And, like, the number for my heat would get called, and I'd be, like, running up to the block, like, still eating.
Good job.
So I'm, like, cap, goggles, on the block, like, still trying to get the last chew before the gun goes off. And I never got a cramp.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing ever happened to me. Obviously, I'm sitting here. I never drowned.
Well, we could have drowned.
Yeah, but I never did.
Yeah.
I've like dislocated my shoulder swimming, and I still didn't drown. I don't think a cramp would stop me.
I don't think I have any swimming-related horror stories.
I never even got close to drowning. I knew too much about swimming to drown.
Mm.
My mom keeps on trying to tell me that I am a distant relative of the unsinkable Molly Brown. And if you don't know who that is, you didn't read up on Titanic.
I'm rolling my eyes.
I know you're rolling your eyes.
Without doing it, because I'm lazy.
Bones got quiet.
I'm just listening.
Mm.
Awesome. Don't fall asleep.
No, I'm full of coffee. I won't be falling asleep.
Coffee.
I found sour green apple Rockstar. I am not looking back. That shit is good. And I hate any energy drink that's not Amp. But I love me some green apple sour Rockstar.
I can't. I'm not a fan of energy drinks. They all taste like I'm drinking metal, and then they make me tired.
I know. You drink tea. It's okay. We forgive you. Mom, she's trying to hurt me. He doesn't care.
Well, what is he gonna do?
I don't know, but he could care.
He's not the one recording the audio, so I have all the evidence. And I'm also the one murdering you, so I know where the evidence is going.
The hell are you two going on about over there?
She's gonna kill me and hide the evidence.
What evidence?
The recording of me killing her because we're recording this, and clearly it would pick up the audio. Although I don't even think that would be easily usable in a court of law.
Like I said, what evidence?
That's not fair.
Well, I'm not actually murdering you.
Maybe.
I don't know that.
Well, am I doing it right this second?
No, you could just be waiting for me to fall asleep.
Are you planning on falling asleep over here?
No.
Maybe.
Well, then you're safe, because I'd have to go upstairs.
You have a key to my apartment.
Stairs.
And?
I'm not going to do stairs just to murder you.
Dumpling protection. Stairs.
I'm like an old-style Dalek. I don't do stairs.
Exterminate.
I'm not one of the fancy new ones that have hover abilities. I'm the old style that could not fucking do stairs.
I actually find that somewhat depressing that I knew exactly what you were talking about. I swear I'm not a geek. That is awesome.
That's
Wow.
my text message thingy now. Because even though I gave you all custom ringtones, but it only comes up if you give me a phone call. It doesn't count for text messages.
But I don't call you.
Exactly. Although if I hear it, I'll know
my
that
ringtone.
there's
I don't know what my ringtone is.
Just give me a second.
No, I'm impatient. You're taking too long.
Wait, damn it.
I've had a lot of wine.
Yeah.
You done a lot of whining too, but don't see me complaining.
Did you say I've been doing a lot of whining?
No, never.
You're so full of shit.
Well, points about there you go, 10 hour.
You gave me Sailor Moon! I'm special.
Yeah, special ed.
Hey, that's not funny.
No, it's fucking hilarious.
And this is when I get a phone call from someone outside my contacts.
Kiki's phone is silly.
I think mine is silly too. When one of my friends calls me, when my friend Joe G calls me, have you ever heard of the internet show Foamy?
Yeah, Foamy.
It is called Foamy, right?
Yeah,
Not just the squirrel's name, but the show is called Foamy.
something like that.
It has Foamy singing, "I am your lord and master. You are all bastards."
Huh?
That's like his whole song. When my husband calls me, it is the sound for leveling up and on FF Online.
You have to say 11, there's 2 online.
Oh, FF11 Online. I don't know why. Just because that's like the only game that we've ever played together. I don't know what you were.
Well, I never call, so...
I know, but I think I still have a special text for you.
I mean, if I'm actively calling you, it's probably because somehow my fingers don't work, but I've managed to call you. This is a long one.
It is indeed. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Apparently that is your husband's.
Okay.
That's yours.
So exciting.
I know, right? I don't have anything else. I don't have a lot of, like, fun things. Yeah, that's the... Yeah. That is the level up, right?
That's actually Battle Victor.
Oh, well then that's what it is.
Although I don't know if the distinction is anymore, but yeah. I don't know, have we run out of stuff to talk about? Because
I don't know, have we?
we're playing ringtones.
You guys stopped talking, so I just let you go.
do whatever you were doing there.
I don't know, I think we just found something random to talk about and started talking about it. I'm scratching my face.
I'm excited for next week because we'll have Cog, so I can talk to her about the heroes of cosplay.
Yeah, I hear bad things about that, but I haven't actually watched it myself.
I don't care enough to watch it, but like all of my friends in cosplay are just like throwing it under the bus. And like the people who are on it, like I have them, like I'm watching their pages on like Tumblr and Twitter and stuff. Are all like, we don't mean anything by it, please don't hate us. Everyone's like, you guys are a bunch of cocksuckers.
Maybe I should like try to take a peek at it before then. I don't know. I always worry when somebody says like to borrow I guess a Republican term, mainstream media or whatever, it says they're going to show something about a culture that isn't, that's technically a subculture. It's always either going to be the worst or the blandest, or they're just not going to get it.
Sounds about right.
What was that show called? Kings of Comics? Or whatever? The show...
Kings of Comedy?
No, not comedies, about comic books.
Oh.
The show that pissed off the guys from Penny Arcade and led to them making Strip Church, which is a great show. And then, of course, Big Bang Theory is still on the air, and I watch it, but I hate it.
You watch it, but you hate it?
Yeah.
Why do you hate it?
Because it's all the stereotypes, and they often really bad at handling like social situations. And one episode where they essentially, even though it was in a fictional setting, they essentially forced two characters to rape each other as if it was funny. It was, they were playing some sort of tabletop game. I think it was just D&D, and they used the whole love spell thing, and that's, like essentially drug-induced rape. But they were doing it to mock their relationship because Sheldon is essentially asexual, but Amy is not. And it's everything wrong, but at times it's so funny, and that makes it even worse. Oh, I'm done with the queue, sorry.
Well, you scroll too quickly, so
I'm sorry.
I saw a few things and I wanted to take a closer look at.
Cute.
She's adorable. How can you look at things so, quickly?
I'm just very used to doing it.
There's a cute little picture of a girl in a sailor suit.
She does a lot of great, because her Tumblr's mostly about her making, old style, but slightly modern pinup outfits, because she's kind of a heavier, not super heavy, but a heavier, curvy woman, and she just comes up with some of the cutest things.
Uh-huh.
She's looking at my Tumblr dashboard.
Oh.
Yeah, she really goes way too quickly when she's looking at things.
This is also why you should not try to read a book while I'm reading it at the same time, with the same copy.
When did we do that?
When we were younger. I tried to read over my shoulder once, I think, and kept telling me to stop. Came back, I just threw the book at you.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. If you want to read it, here, fucking read it. Give it to me when you're done.
It doesn't really work that way. I should really just give you books first.
You know what I kind of wish? If I had a shower/bathtub big enough for sex.
That would be really cool.
I haven't had bathroom sex in so long. And sex in the bathtub would be, if it was big enough. You know what, I actually want sex in a hot tub. That would be nice.
Did you say you want bathtub sex?
Yes. I was wishing that I had a tub big enough for sex.
Holy crap.
Or a shower big enough for sex.
That's good too.
Oh god, to be able to have sex in the shower again, that would be so awesome.
Although, because of Eric's and mine's height difference, it's not intercourse sex, it's more everything else but, because he's too tall. And neither of us are limber enough for anybody to hold anybody up to do it.
Well, see, all I have to do is lose, 60 pounds, and then he has to lose, 200, and we'll be fine.
But no, get some good suds going, lots of rubbing, it's a good time.
Good times. Yes, I miss shower sex. Sir, are you aware that you are a cat?
No, sir, I was not.
He called me sir.
Damn right I did.
I'm sorry. Grieve gender identifies as a cisgender and would prefer female pronouns.
I will fucking shove my foot so far up your fucking ass, the water out of my knee will quench your goddamn thirst.
Me pointlessly throwing around terms when I could have just said that you identify as a woman.
Is that why he's threatening with yes?
I identify as a tutu, but you don't see me complaining about it.
Cisgender means that you identify with your birth sex being the same as your gender. Or correlating to your gender.
I didn't know that. Good to know.
Yeah, because remember, sex and gender aren't the same thing, but they can define each other, I guess.
Aha, victory.
Yes, I identify with being a woman.
Because you were born with a vagina.
I was born with a vagina.
Mm-hmm. I, however, acknowledge that not all women are women merely because they have vaginas, because gender and sex are not the same thing.
Okay, my gender and sex are both women.
Your gender is woman, your sex is woman.
Whatever. And my age also puts me at miss. If one more person calls me ma'am, I will punch them in the face.
To some people, ma'am is a better thing than miss, especially if they're from the military.
It is.
And
the worst thing ever.
I think you're using an arbitrary set of rules for when ma'am starts. I never liked being called miss.
It's actually an individual thing, because if you call somebody ma'am and their first response is to act like they were disrespected, then customer service wise, you just remember who that person is and call them miss, which is really hard to do. So that's why I came up with the whole age thing, which a lot of people agree with me with. If they do not have gray hair, then you call them miss.
Oh.
I was referring to our female clients as madame. It always screws them up. Like, oh, excuse me, madame, can I help you with anything? And it's like, oh.
Wow. I finally found a gray hair. It was on my face.
That is crazy, okay.
Yeah, I plucked a gray hair from my cheek the other day.
Wow. Now I'm glad they're on my head.
They're on my head as well. I'm starting to get more and more.
Are you going bald?
Me? No. Just turning gray little by little.
That's sexy on a guy.
I just don't even care.
I do have a thing for salt and pepper or the graying on the sides.
It's okay. I can't wait until my husband has, just full-fledged gray hair. Oh, he's gonna be so damn sexy. I'm gonna have to lock him in a closet.
Oh, God.
But I don't want anybody else to see him.
Dude, mine's gonna be blonde until he's, dead.
Mine's still gonna be sexy. Remember, I have a thing for older guys. So the more gray he gets, the sexier he is to me.
If we ever have offspring, they're going to be hairy, blonde, blue-eyed weirdos.
And blind. Don't forget blind.
Well, it depends, really. I mean, they're bound to get glasses based on history, but exactly when they need them is a different thing.
Thankfully, I won't have any of those problems since I am sterile. That was a joke. I'm kidding.
You really gotta get you caught up on Doctor Who. Who even what the...
Good old Doctor Who and Sherlock and Downtown Abbey and whatever else the hell is on now.
Lots of things. Lots of things.
Apparently, I'm missing out on all the good television. People are all pissed. You're not watching Breaking Bad. You're not watching Game of Thrones. You're not watching Mad Men. Like, nope.
I appreciate Mad Men, but I can't watch it. I just don't care. I tried, and it's, not my thing.
Somebody told me it was really depressing.
Well, yeah, it's a more realistic, not romanticized look at an era.
Well, I guess it's kind of good if it's unromanticized. I mean, we don't want it romanticized. We want to actually, like, I don't know, say I know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know what happened in the 50s because my history teacher wasn't an idiot asshole. Told us a lot of the truth. And then my husband told me a lot of stuff that he learned in class. I don't know. Mm-hmm. A lot of people fucking died.
Well, to be fair, a lot of people die every year, so...
Stop touching that.
Okay, I'll stop touching my own mouse.
Go double-click another one.
I can't, you have the mouse.
Have we officially run out of things to talk about?
Yeah, I think so.
And it just short of... Oh my god, 3 hours and 40 minutes? Jesus.
Yeah, I'm gonna at least stop recording.
I agree. I think we have enough stuff.
I need to know.
No, you don't.
Alright, let's say our goodbyes.
Don't say goodbye.
I'm gonna stop recording.
Oh, okay.
Jesus, woman.
What? I miss humor and interaction where I can actually be honest with people. I work at a place where I have to smile and lie every day. And then I have to go and talk.
I've come to every business.
That's customer service. Yeah. And a lot of other jobs, too.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you once again for listening to episode 35 of the Super Happy Fun Gabatrosty Party with Kiki, Rose, and Breeze. Stay classy internet reading.
Well, children, it's been fun. We'll see you next week. We'll have little Coxon on, and I can talk to her at least for a little bit about Heroes to Cosplay, and she can tell me everything she thinks about it, because I don't cosplay, but I love getting her opinion on stuff like that. But she has such a strong opinion about it.
And she's super adorable.
That too.
And I don't know if Breeze will be here next week. I'll be here.
Well, problem solved. It's gonna be a party. Okay.
I suppose it depends on when you start. So, yeah, that was episode 35. I was Kiki.
I'm Grease.
And that guy was Bones.
Good, I'm Bones.
Good night, Bones.
Good night, guys.
Good night, Cupcake Man.
Woo! I'm Dr. Cupcake.